live. I'm gonna pin that. I'm a little early today for good reason, and it's because my toast is gonna get cold, and I really couldn't wait. So we're gonna eat this toast, then we're gonna do skincare, and then we're gonna do something special. We got a little surprise in the back. It's kind of like unevenly. Let me actually remove this black sweatshirt. I'll put this black sweatshirt here. I mean this gray sweatshirt. Nah, it's kind of pissing me off. I shall put down. There we go. It's much better. Okay. Eder, how was your week if you're still in here? I'm curious. Eder, what motivates you to be the first to comment? Like, pretty much almost every stream. You've been on a crazy run lately, and we're just gonna impatiently wait for this honey to drip all over the toast. This is the honey that I used last week. I'm just using up the rest of it. For those who don't know, I'm like a huge toast fanatic. There was a point in my life where I would make toast every single day. So much so that I got really good at it. Like I know the perfect kind of crisp you need for a toast, where it's soft on the inside, but crunchy on the outside. Like, so it's got that nice pillowy yet crispy. Y'all hear that? Now I got. Wow. Hold on, we gotta get it. I have a big knife, but this is for the, look at the, you hear the crisp on that? Oh my gosh. So, I mean, not much to be said, but my success rate when it comes to toast, in terms of how to cook it correctly, I'm gassing myself up too much here. We're going in with the cinnamon sugar, so this is gonna be cinnamon sugar toast. Nothing crazy, but it is pretty festive. Cinnamon is the spice / condiment of the season. Then we're going in with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil is good with salty stuff, but also sweet stuff. So let's just let that simmer for a bit. Jay, welcome to the live. How's your week been? It's been quite a fun middle of October week. I just wrapped up my last call with Yuki, our animators. We said our final goodbyes. But we finished our brain character. And speaking of want to share, I got some new memes for everybody. Let's pull up the projector. I told myself I would, before I do my skincare, I would eat this toast before it gets untoasty. But I was just talking to the chat about how I perfected the art of making the perfect toast. Pillowy on the inside, crunchy and crispy on the outside. And we got, this is not a weapon, this is for the pumpkin that I'm gonna carve on stream with y'all. But listen to this, y'all. Woo! Alright, y'all get the first bite. Hot Cheetos clone says, are you loyal to the Republic? Which Republic? Are we talking about the Star Wars Republic? Got any memes this week for me, Jay? Oh yeah, by the way, we're back to the normal Katara look. Got the blue on with the Katara antennas. I've been meaning to ask my sister if she had like any beads to put, because Katara has like beads here. Ella, hi, welcome to the live. You're early relatively to the last couple weeks. Dufu, hi, welcome to the live. I'm having some toast. I also got some veggies in here. We got a pumpkin, but I'm gonna eat its little sister. Let's. That sounded weird. Little brother, little sister. I'm gonna eat it, but that pumpkin I'm not gonna eat. But let me know where y'all are watching from. I see some new faces and familiar faces. Some of the familiar faces are watching from Connecticut, Georgia. Where else? I believe Eder is from somewhere in Ohio or middle west. We've had people watching from South Korea. Hopefully she pops in here. Toilet seat sent 100 joules, I believe. All right. So this is the look that I'm rocking tonight, the Katara look. But here, I've come. This is basically us tonight, chat. Like, this is us finding each other in the algorithm, and we're just gonna sing Kumbaya tonight. We're gonna carve a pumpkin, as you can see right there. But before I do that, I'm gonna do my skincare routine. I'm gonna take y'all with me on that, and then we're gonna get into the pumpkin carving. Navi, hi. While I have you here, Knob, before you leave, I know you got a skedaddle, or I know you got a jet, in the millennial words of the person who has a South Korean name. I always forget the character names. It's like Ritual. But if you've seen K-pop Demon Hunters, I have not seen the movie, but I've been seeing and hearing the music all over. And the trio, the singers behind that song and that movie, they performed them Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon live. And for some reason, when I saw the performance, this is how I imagined the person who I'm gonna have pinned. Hangul, dummy. The person who I have pinned. For some reason, Nabi, like the way I picture you, because you're tall and like you're like so slay and you clock it all the time. You just remind me of, I feel like you're EJ in real life. Do you know the singer, the lead singer? I'm like, when I saw that performance, I'm like, why does that remind me? Like, it just feels like that would be Nabi if I ever met her in real life. Oh. All right, I'm gonna finish this toast. As I was saying, y'all, I was telling y'all, like, I'm a toast connoisseur. Well, this one's kind of burnt, but this side, best. Now, I have a lot of utensils here, and it's because I've come prepared. I've never really, the last time I carved a pumpkin, I'm like Edward Scissorhands over here. The last time I've had a pumpkin was like, I don't know, a couple years. So I kind of forgot. We have Karma, your faves, watching all the way from Texas. Amazing. I'm gonna pin that. Nah, but for real, not like I was like, I don't know why. You give me, or EJ gives me Nabi vibes. But anyway, I'm gonna pin our baby chameleons. Little comment. Let me just scarf this down. Alice says, OMG, there's so many new people. Yeah, so we have people from watching from Texas. Yo. Oh, by the way, I'm kind of trying something new here. We've been doing like this emoji game, and it was pretty fun last time, but I feel like we gotta put some more incentives. So we're gonna play the emoji game, right? So when I put an emoji on this projector, the first person to find that emoji and puts it in the chat, one gets pinned, and two gets to choose the color of the lights tonight. So last live stream, who helped me out? All right, so let's go to the emojis. Are y'all ready? Get your Twitter fingers ready. I'm gonna choose an emoji. I'm gonna unplug this for now. And And let's see. This one's super easy. We're gonna do 2 rounds. I think I did this last live stream. All right, here we go. Ready? 3, 2. First one to get the right emoji gets pinned and gets to choose one of the lights in this room. Ready? 3, 2, 1. It shall be revealed. Just let it load. That was anticlimactic. All right. That one. Let's see it. Sparkle Heart. All right, welcome to the live. Let me know where you're watching from, Sparkle Heart. I love your PFP. I believe that you got the fro. You got the fro do. I had a little bit of the fro. More so like I just got out of bed fro. Oh wow, look at Nav. I mean, look at Jay. Oh, wait. I didn't see the let's see, who got it first? Okay, so it was some delayed ones. All right, so Jay gets pinned. That being said, you get to choose. So I kind of upgraded this room a little bit in terms of the setup. Let me show it to y'all real quick. So you're seeing this app up there. We got a couple lights. Just let that app load, but this is the room. Some of y'all have been asking for a room tour. There's really not much to it. It's just basically a psych ward room with just whiteness. That way the chat can paint the room, light paint the room. And you'll see in the corner there that there's a little bit of a hint onto my Halloween costume, at least one of the Halloween costumes that, well, the Halloween looks that I'm gonna pull off. And then you'll see there, like even that little tree, I've planted an evergreen tree. Who's excited for Christmas? I'm gonna bring this to y'all real quick, then I'll bring it back. So last year, y'all saw the big Christmas tree, but it's not Christmas yet. Once November 1st hits, which is actually Saturdays of November 1st. So when I go stream on Saturdays, which for those who are new here, welcome, my name's Chris. I go live every Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York City time, to share my self-care routine. I do my skincare, all that good jazz. I do my nutrition. But I yap and y'all somewhat listen. And then y'all just say brain rot stuff in the chat, some of y'all. But soon this tree will turn into a full-blown Christmas tree. November 1st, mark the calendars. All right. Back to what I was saying. So the person pinned gets to choose one of the lights. You'll see here, I'm gonna shut this light off. Oh, you'll see a little bit of a sneak peek of the new light that's always been installed there, but I've never actually used it on stream. Like I've just always, so you'll see there, like this is when we gotta watch movies together. It's the cinema lights. But I'm gonna shut this off real quick. So let's actually zoom in just a little bit. So we have 2 lights that are helping paint this room. You'll see if I switch up the light, let's go green. You can't really see it because it's on the right side. You see a little bit of that green. Let's see what happens when we do teal. So you'll see the lights kind of changing. So hold on, let's see. There we go, much better. All right, Jay, choose the person who I pinned, guess the right emoji. So which color do you choose? Maybe do yellow with red or just yellow, brother? Yellow with red. Yellow with red. Yellow. Okay, let's do yellow. So yellow's like right here. And you'll see it's kind of glimmering because that other light is, I might have to change it. But it's kind of a vibe. It's kind of a vibe. It's kind of glimmery. And then we'll do one more emoji contest, all right? So Jay picked 1 light bulb. So you're gonna have a teammate, Jay Anna Pericles. So that was light bulb number 2, I believe. Light bulb number 1 is loading. And let's see what happens when you'll see, okay, no. That's light bulb number 1. Light bulb number 2 is what I'm pulling up right now. Let's see what happens when we choose red. Ooh, see how much? That's pretty fire. I don't know why I just blanked out there. I was trying to read the chat. Y'all saw me having a blank face. All right, so, I mean, we're going to skip that emoji game. Should we do one more emoji game for someone to choose the light, or do y'all think the red is perfecto? You'll see a little bit of the blues coming from that other light. I'm going to shut it off for now, and then I'll have someone else choose the curtain lights. We call those the curtain lights, but I'm going to shut it off for now. So you see there, it's off. Nah, let them do the emoji? Okay. Jayan is the one in charge here. All right. All right. So that was the emoji that y'all guessed. We're gonna do the emoji game one more time. So the emoji game is basically I put an emoji up here, and y'all let me know, or whoever puts that emoji first and finds it wins. Let me just get out of dark mode real quick. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna unplug this. Second one is. All right, here we go. It's coming up. First one to put this and find this emoji wins. Three, two,
Watch
one.
what magnesium does to your bowels.
If you have to wait
Watch
more
Jay
than
win
4 times
again.
after you poop, here's why.
The Mayo Clinic confirms that stuck poop can cause these embarrassing.
No. Okay, thank God. Rochi, hi, welcome to the live. Everyone give Rochi clock it emojis, clocking emojis. Welcome, Rochi. My name's Chris. So glad to have you in here. Let me just turn off that ad and put the music back on. So you get to choose light bulb number 2's color. Y'all are Leonardo da Vinci's in here. So light bulb number 2. Let's just zoom in. So Rochi, let me know where you watch from as well, but let me know what color you want, and then we'll choose it on your behalf. No, Brochi was before you did Destroyer. All right, so we got Rochi watching all the way from Florida. I was just in Florida in May, like during springtime. All right, let's see what it looks like. So before it was like red, which gave it like a nice little orange color, but now it's purple. So it's combining a little bit of that green, or no, this is yellow, with purple. And so it's kind of like making this, I know y'all have art class. It's like making a new color. So this is the vibe for tonight. There is another light that we'll be turning on. But let me just finish the rest of this toast. Jay said turn them lights off. Patience. Dustin Santos, Gar, welcome to live. Which says might make it a song title now. Oh, it's like a sunset. Excuse me, y'all. I'm gonna put the pinned comment from my baby chameleon back up. All right, y'all. So again, the agenda tonight is y'all are gonna see me do some Edward Scissorhands stuff. I have a lot of. I know this looks weird, but I can explain. I'm gonna pull this up. So we got a little bit of a new piece of furniture. And it's to prop up. Ooh, I kind of showed the tracings that I made, but I'll show it eventually. But after I eat, we're gonna carve this up. How many of you have carved pumpkins in October? Hit the chat. Like yet. Why is this cornball wearing makeup? Actually, I'm not wearing makeup yet. My face is completely naked. But you just remind me. Thank you so much, Shiva. Let's actually do the skincare routine. So, the first part of my skincare routine is I'm gonna add a product here, and this is what I use every stream to like cleanse my face. That is Clean Skin Club. Do y'all hear me typing? Because I can't hear it, but it seems like when I watch the replays, the typing sound effects like show or you hear it. All right, here we go. Clean Skin Club wet wipes. I love these for traveling. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Let's save that. I'm gonna pin that. Let's pull it from the skincare / hair care. Y'all, I have so many like products in here. And I only really use like a few over and over again. And one of them being, yes, that's a Britney Spears lunchbox. Also, here's like a sneak peek of a new fashion product that's like probably the most versatile product you will ever be able to use in terms of hair / just fashion. And it reminds me of the song Golden by EJ and K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah. It's not a trash can. It's a beauty can. It's a beauty can. Sparkle Heart says, yes, we can hear it. Or you can hear the typing. I love it. I don't know why I can't hear it, but like y'all can hear it. And I noticed that when the replays show, but I'm gonna waste none of y'all times. I'm not gonna waste my time either. So this is gonna look weird at first, y'all. When I do this like pumpkin thing, what I did is we have a brain character and it's a baby chameleon, and we actually just released an animation where it entered the real world for the first time, which is hinting at the fact that eventually you will see me with our baby chameleon going around, and I'm gonna try and make sure that our baby chameleon stays out of danger and stuff like that. But our baby's such a troublemaker that I'm gonna have a hard time doing that. But this is our baby, right? I'm a new dad. I'm a young dad, young single father. But this is what I'm gonna carve tonight. And you see there, the person I pinned is our moderator, aka the burner account, the new crew. That's what I like to call the chat, because our brand is called New Health Fine, so NEWH. But you'll see there, I kind of like traced. Y'all see that? Y'all see the vibes? Y'all see the vibes? Y'all see the vision? Jay says, one day I just want to send $500 trust. Do not, Jay. That's amazing, Jay. But I'd rather you spend that money on like, I don't know, food or clothes or something creative. Like maybe buy this like huge 4x5 painting, and you say for finals that and your test that you do painting, which I found so like, you're laughing too. You did the laughing emoji. I was like, so what do y'all do for finals since you're in like a creative arts school? You're like, we paint. That's funny, but also respectable, because I feel like for someone who just started getting into painting, it's a lot of like, you have to measure stuff, you have to be good at geometry and symmetry and lines and stuff like that. Oh, you were kidding? All right, never mind. You're in timeout. Bye. Oh, I love how Nabi's #1 on this top fans leaderboard, and she left. Catherine Desbian says cool. All right, so someone said I'm weird for wearing makeup, but that's false, because I just got out of the shower. I did my hair, but now I'm gonna be doing technically makeup. This is my skincare routine. One of my biggest insecurities, y'all, is my acne, and yeah, you can see like I got some dark spots, hyperpigmentation, and so the reason why I do my skincare on stream is so y'all can hopefully see a little bit of the progress, which has been pretty stagnant as of late. So step two of my skincare routine is I do have this Rare Beauty moisturizer. Let me get it from the other trash can that I had. Let's see here that I'm kind of like digging for gold. All right, like last time. What do you mean like last time? Oh my god, I didn't edit about your acne to add like last time. All right, we're gonna react to that edit soon. Wait, did you really make a new edit? So I'm gonna make more edits of your character. That one I would prefer. I mean, but I feel like it's still funny though. You roasting my acne, and that was the funniest part where you used the lyric to align it with my skin. I was like, really, girl, whatever, girl, girl, whatever. All right, so I'm just gonna. I don't see the chat right now, but I'm just tagging this for y'all. It's the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Primer. Pore diffusing primer. The thing I like about it is it has this one ingredient, which is hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is one of the things that, for me, at least for my skin, it's giving me like a little bit more suppleness to my skin. That's what I'm putting on right now, y'all. And the thing, again, I mean, like, I'm kind of gonna scream about this from the top of my lungs. Rare Beauty isn't just a brand that is made by some celebrity with a big following. It's made by Selena Gomez. And one of her big values, her core values in life is self-care and mental health. So much so that that brand, they donate a portion of sales to mental health organizations. And if I can have a product that helps my skin, but also knowing that when I apply it, it's doing at least something for mental health, that's a W in my book. So that's the second product I use for my skin. It's pretty simple. That's the only, like, other than that, I do lip care, which is this one for those who pop in every Saturday. Y'all know I use this. It's something that I bought by accident, but I'm actually loving it. It's this Melixir vegan lip butter. Lip butter. Let me find this for y'all. Here we go. And I meant to get the clear one, but I ended up buying the one that's red. But what I like about it is if you put it on and use it as an overnight night lip mask, I'm someone who doesn't like to make it obvious that I have like lipstick on or something like that. But this, if you put it on overnight as a boy who, like, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with wearing makeup as a boy. But for me personally, I just don't want to have like these really red lips. But when I put this on overnight and then I wake up the next morning, it fades a little bit where it gives it this, like, it looks like it's not red. It's just like pinkish, like it's got some life to it. It's not just chapped. Addie Mare, welcome to the live. And that's basically it. Like, I have a 3-step skincare routine. Other than that, I eat my skincare, which I'm about to do. Addie Mare. So is this Addie squared? Can confirm. Can you confirm? Ella says, how long are you going tonight, Chris? So I'm going to go for as long as I can. Like, whenever this finishes, because I want to show the end result. So I don't know, wherever my ADHD takes me is how long this is gonna be. And hopefully not too long. Like 12 max, 12 p.m. max. 12 p.m. max and 12 a.m. max. But one thing we do also at the end, I don't know if we'll have time for it because I really want to get this done. But if we get it done early, then we'll have a silent listening party, which is basically we're all like just kind of dancing and listen to music that's on repeat on your playlist, the chat's playlist. And we've discovered some really amazing music that we've listened to that it's gone viral and mainstream before it's gone mainstream. So like it really tells me that the chat has good music taste in terms of like y'all are taste makers. And yeah, part of my skincare routine again is eating skincare. It's actually one of the big things that has helped my skin, but also it's just a vibe to eat with the chat. I love having a little dinner, a snack, or sweet treat with y'all. Y'all saw me have some toast. John D says, please, I said hello, handsome. Thank you, John D. I love your PFP. The letter J is just as handsome, and probably even more handsome. Sparkleheart says, totally weird, but I have ADHD too. It's honestly debilitating sometimes, but it has its perks. It's really helped with like video ideas and just like being creative and thinking on your feet. And even freestyling. Like rapping from what I've noticed. I've actually like saw interviews of like if you're an actor and actress, you're like it's pretty common for you to be good at like freestyle rapping. And when I was a kid, I used to love watching like freestyle rapping battles. All right, here we go. I'm going off topic here. So let's get back to. So I'm gonna cut up some beautiful. So this is the little brother. This one, if anyone's seen the movie Sausage Party, hit the chat. Throw some sausages in the chat. Sausage Party with Seth Rogen as the voice and the creator. Pretty nostalgic for me. I haven't seen like the new ones, but the OG Sausage Party. Sausage Party is like a movie about like what if vegetables had feelings and lives. It showed them like what happens when a grocery store like shuts down at night. The sausage, like, literally all the food like parties and stuff like that. But I also kind of like had this in my fridge. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna pull it up because we're kind of gonna be doing the same thing, and I need a little bit of practice on here. Oh, also one more thing that I forgot, like part of my skincare routine, I can't forget it. I am gonna tag it. It's this Vitals Protein Collagen Powder. You can put it in coffee, you can put it in ice cream, you can put it in soup because it dissolves really easily and it's flavorless. Collagen. And we have, you know, behind me is the Big Brother pumpkin and the Little Brother pumpkin. But I also have a Big Brother collagen and a Little Brother collagen. Look how cute this is. So I just ran out of this bigger one. And for some reason, I thought I ordered the same size, but it came in this smaller size. And I was kind of like bamboozled because I was like, oh, like this is cheaper and it's the same size. No, like it was cheaper, but it's because it was a smaller version. So we got the Big Pumpkin, Big Vitals Protein Collagen Powder. This also helps for my skin and my arthritic hips. Arthritic hips and joints. Oh, this is Chris. Look at my curls in my PFP. No way. Now, last live stream, yo, like keep in mind when I see everyone's PFP, I really can't. So last live stream there was someone who had Momo. Does anyone know Momo as their PFP? And I said this with so much confidence. Anna, who's a recurring live stream viewer, she's actually on a 16 stream streak. She showed up every Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But she was like, no, Chris, that's Momo. And I was like, no, it's not. It's a Labubu doll. Like, and then like I saw the replay of the live and I was like, no, wait, that's actually, you're right, Jay. Like that was Momo. So like, all right. Let me pull out another. So this is what I'm carving tonight, y'all. Our baby chameleon. I already pre-traced it because I don't want to mess it up. But I'm kind of also doing my skincare routine. Now you can put this again in coffee, soups, broth, bone broth, whatever, because it dissolves super easily. But for time's sake, if you're a former gym bro or a current gym gal or gym girly and you take pre-workout, this is where I get it from. Like it's super, it's something that's like nothing new to me. The dry scoop never fails me. Simple, efficient, demure, and I can get right back into the chat. All right. Again, another part of my skincare routine is my nutrition routine, and sometimes we do themed ones. In this case, we do. It's an orange bell pepper, not a red bell pepper, an orange one. All right, here we go. So I'm curious, like, how do y'all, if y'all ever cut fruit, or if y'all ever cut like this kind of vegetable, how do you cut it? Do you cut it down the middle? Do you like cut it from the top? This is how I do it. Right there, yonder. GB content says this is creating. Thanks so much. That's actually, those are such kind words. Stella the baddie, I hate peppers. Welcome back to the live, Stella. Stella's the 6'7" queen. She would not stop saying 6'7" in the chat. So this is kind of also, or like last live stream when she attended, but this is also kind of what's gonna go down with this pumpkin. I have to gut it, basically. Olivia Rodrigo style, recent album, Guts. Like we're gonna have to gut it. Luckily, this one doesn't have too many seeds. We're kind of like dissecting this. Chris, did you like the Curls twins? Wait, I got distracted. Let's get like a really close got any games look. The curls are curling, girl. How did you do it? Excuse my 5 head. I just really can't see everyone's PFPs. Like, there's got to be a feature. Y'all gotta ask YouTube for the feature of, like, when I click on everyone's PFP, it like kind of opens it up. Help the POV. Oh my gosh, y'all are so wiggly. Let me stabilize y'all. Boom. Better. LZ, welcome back to the live. You made it. Hold on, we gotta give some snaps and claps, emoji style and clock it emojis for LZ Wasteland. I can't pin you right now because I just want everyone to know what I'm about to do for this live, which is carve a baby chameleon's face onto this pumpkin. And at the end of the live stream, I'm gonna shut the lights off, put a candle in here, and you can see the end result. But LZ actually just unlocked a gift card for the chat. That's why I want some clock it emojis. You know what? I'm just gonna unlock it because we have something called the Stream Streak leaderboard, and and I'm gonna update it right now. I promised myself I wouldn't get distracted, but this is a really great occasion. So LZ Wasteland and Jay. So we're unlocking 2 gift cards for the chat tonight. You'll see there. Let's go back to the Got Any Games angle. Beauty. Let's actually tilt y'all just a little bit. Got a little bit of the cinema curtains over there. And you'll see right at the top, all Maisie, Radio Silence, 2. Who else we got? We got Jay at rank number 3. LZ Wasteland, rank number 4. Oh, wait, no. LZ Wasteland, false alarm. If you attend next Saturday, you unlock the stream streak because you just unlocked a 15 stream streak. So let's actually update. Let's update Nabi. So Nabi attended. Nabi's watching all the way from South Korea, but she a busy gal on Jimmy Fallon. All Maisie hasn't pulled up yet. Who else is in here? It's Radio Silence. So Radio Silence is at a 20 stream streak. Although that is special, the big 2-0, there are no unlocked rewards for this. We do 12 and 16. 12 and 16. Jay, so we did have someone in this chat who did attend. I don't know if she's still in here, but Jana Rodriguez. Boom. And then let's actually update LZ Wasteland, who I'm not sure if she's still in here, but she was, maybe she's still in here. 15 stream streak. All right, y'all. In a couple seconds, I'm gonna reveal a gift card for you, the chat, to unlock. First come is the first served, but you'll see there. Shouts outs to Jay. She's still ranked number 3, right below Amazing. It looks like Radio, aka Ella, the one chatting it up in here. No, I think we also. Okay, so here we go. Maisie is here for a second. Speaking of the devil, Maisie is ranked number 2 on this stream streak leaderboard. For a second, Radio.Silence 2, dos, deux in français was number 1, but alas, it shall be tied. Let's update it one more time. So amazing. Look at both of you. Look at both of you. Dear T. All right, y'all. So that is all the updates for this stream streak leaderboard. If you want to get on here, you'll see there's other people on here with their own stream streaks. To get yourself and your username on here, you gotta come to 2 streams. So if you tune in next week, if this is your first time, tune in the self-care Saturday live stream. Had a stroke there. Don't, just kidding, knock on wood. We don't want strokes. We don't want strokes. Then you unlock something called. So we gotta give hearts in the chat and clock 8 emojis for Jay Anna. If she's still in here, I'm gonna write this. One more time. This will just go sideways. Sweet 16 stream streak. Heart. Unlocked. Y'all saw it there. The person ranked number 3 unlocked a gift card for the chat. So show us some love. We're gonna choose this gift card, this beautiful one. Christmas is not quite here yet. We do have other gift cards, but for now we'll do the hearts. We'll do the heart one. So I'm gonna revert this first one to claim it. Everyone say thank you, Jay, and that's the claim code. Screenshot it, do whatever, and you can claim it. To claim more gift cards, all you gotta do is attend 16 weeks in a row, 16 Saturdays in a row. It's quite a hefty for something so small like a gift card, but it's just a fun little game that we like to play here on the stream. All right, so let's get back to what I was doing. Oop, whoa, didn't mean to do that. Maisie, how are you? I was getting a little crazy there. I didn't get a chance to say hi. And that I'm so glad you're here. And that tonight is quite special because we're painting our baby. All right. And also I got the planted Christmas tree that will be growing. You'll see there it's quite lifeless with the Santa hat on top. But come time November 1st is when the Christmas tree will be in full bloom. Mel Smiley, hey, welcome to the live. Where's Tigi? You've been showing up more than Tigi. Tell her to get over here and get off Twitch. I know she's like streaming hella on Twitch, correct? Alright, I'm gonna zoom through cutting this, y'all. I'm about to be like a hibachi chef. We got a cucumber. Let me unpin the product that I have pinned prior, because I already took that. I do have also, everyone guess what's in this Britney Spears lunchbox. I have one new thing in here, but I also have some familiar things in here. So guess it up. I'll give you a hint. It's an ingredient used in bubble tea. How many people in here love bubble tea? Be careful, y'all. I almost just cut my finger. And I gotta be really careful tonight because we have a lot of carving tools for the pumpkin behind the Britney Spears lunchbox. And it's like excessive. It's like I got so many things. Honestly, I probably don't even need that many things, but like I haven't cut a pumpkin in a while, and I'm just a boy, and like I don't know. I feel like it's better to be over prepared than under prepared. Cause I would have hated if I needed like some sort of like tool or something, and it just wasn't the right tool. So I just grabbed everything that I could. Chris, where's your usual sweet potato? So no sweet potato tonight. We do have carrots. We do have a potato though. And then we also have something that's somewhat of a potato in the same family. Can y'all guess? It's in the same family. It's starch. Stella the Baddie, welcome. Where's Diggy? Stella. Where's Diggy? You're 6'7" king. Ella says, oh, I'm sorry, Maisie. I hope it gets better for you. Ella says, wait, what's up with Maisie? Loki edits for you says, I just ate ramen and eggs. Fire. That's a good combo. Like runny eggs or like poached eggs with ramen. Let me know in the chat, everyone, what are you snacking on, if anything? How come I'm not seeing? Okay, so Macy says like what I said had happened the other week had just been affecting me a lot this week, and I don't know. Yeah, I know, Maisie. Well, I don't know, but I do know a little bit of your situation. And like I said, like last time we talked, yeah, just trying to talk about it. It can even be this chat. It can even be in this chat. Talking about it definitely with like a friend that you trust can help. And I have no idea what it's like, but I know it's tough. Like, so we're here for you, Ella. I mean, we're here for you, Maisie. What I meant to say is Ella is also here for you. Rosie, welcome to the live. I missed you. It's actually been a while. Now, this is Rosie, not Rozzy. I always used to confuse Rosie with Rozzy. Rozzy, Rozzie, was the first person to ever come onto my streams. And it was just me and her the whole time for like a straight 2 hours. And she was keeping me good company. But I haven't seen her like since last year. In fact, we're coming up, I believe next week, next Saturday, is like a full year of streaming. So I don't know, I might have to get the non-alcoholic champagne bottle next stream, the 25th. Next Saturday is October 25th. And then the following Saturday is November 1st. So Rosie says, yeah, LOL. But how are you, Rosie? What's life been like for you on your side of the world, wherever you're watching from? Loki Edit says, what are you doing right now? All right, so I'm just like, I'm not gonna eat all of this. I'm just gonna snack on it. We do have a little bit of a cousin to this pumpkin, which is, how many of y'all like tomatoes? I know, Maisie, you hate it. Jay loves tomatoes. But y'all saw me cut up a bunch of vegetables. And I also have, there's like some fruits in here. I have to cut up this apple. I'm gonna do that right now, but this tomato is going to be another one slaughtered. But look at, have y'all ever seen a tomato cut like this? Look at that, perfectly cut in the middle with the stem on top. How Halloween is that? I don't know why this looks like a tomato pumpkin. Y'all ever see like the sensory overload videos for kids? I almost don't want to eat this. Like, this is a vibe right here. But I'm going to. But I'll eat it like this just because it's like I've never seen tomatoes like that. And then we're going with the apple. If anyone wants to snack alongside me or even have their dinner, you're welcome to. You're welcome to. I will be sharing. I will be sharing. Else, I'm not gonna lie, I've been struggling a lot lately, but I've been getting there. I'm getting my life together, but it's just been stressful. So yeah, pretty much mental health has been in a bad place. What's been getting you down, Ella? Yeah, it's been like ups and downs as well for me. You can see I'm kind of in an elated mood. This is like one of the times of the week where I look forward to because all my problems seem to just like I forget about it for a little bit, but alas, everyone has their issues, and I guess this is all of us just trying to escape from it for a little bit. But yeah, it's been. Oh yeah, Ella, I know a little bit about the lore. Is there any good news with your mother, Ella? Good news, bad news? What a freaking weirdo! I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Maisie. That's yeah. Why do I keep missing Maisie's comments? It's like hiding it. Maybe it's because of the. Rosie says, I live in the Midwest. Life has been great. How's the weather there, Rosie? In the Midwest? Is it still warm? Stella DeBatty says, I'm scared of tomatoes. Yeah, I'm trying to find Maisie's comments, but I can't seem to find. Just going back up. It says, Ella, basically, I was with this guy I hardly knew, and then something happened. You can pretty much guess what it was. That I really didn't want to happen, and then he didn't speak at all to me afterwards, and yeah. Oh, man. Maisie, what have you been doing, though, like, the days after, the weeks after? Because it's been, like, 2-3 weeks since you last told me about it. Like, is there stuff that you do when you're, like, feeling down that makes you feel a little better? And don't say these lies. Say something like journal or eat good food. Like, what's your favorite comfort food? I know it's like it's in England. I think I've asked you it before, and we got into the conversation of with Circus Cole, who hasn't attended the live streams in a quite a lot while. But we were talking about like some Scottish / England-ish, British, like savory meals. You gotta remind me, like, what was that one meal? It was like, it looked like a custard, but it wasn't. Y'all hear my dog. We got quite the spread tonight. What? Almost too much food, to be honest. I think I got too much. It's so good. And for me, at least, it's guilt-free. I love carrots. Unfortunately, I like them boiled, but I just didn't have time to boil them because they're like softer and like more caramelized. Maisie says, yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I told my friends about it and generally just try to distract myself. Okay, that's good. You told your friends about it and like you just try to distract yourself, and sometimes there's nothing wrong with like distraction. Just to ease the pain and forget about the pain just for a little bit until you're ready to kind of process it a lot more. He said, Maisie says, I blocked him on everything, and the only annoying thing now is seeing him in person, but when I do, I just avoid. That must be awkward. Where do you see him in person? Like in class? Are y'all in the same, like, are y'all studying the same thing? Maisie says, eye contact with him and act like he's not really there. It's actually pretty wrong. I feel like, what did your friends say, Maisie? Look at it, says, Of course. Oh my gosh, A Kid won't let up with these racist comments. Who should be mod tonight? Who can I give the responsibility? Who can promote or knight or make queen of moderator tonight? Kava Sharice is hi. Hi Kava. Welcome to the live. My name's Chris. You seem new here. Let me know where you're watching from. Where people watching from England, Georgia / USA, Connecticut. We have people popping in from South Korea, which is pretty cool. I'm streaming from New Jersey, which is right across the river. Well, at least my town is right across the river from New York City. Rosie says, I gotta go, but I have a good stream. Thanks, Rosie. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. Hope you have a great Saturday night. Else is Chris, capital. Told the baddie says, I'm watching from PA. Amazing. Now, although I'm from New Jersey, my favorite sports team in terms of football is the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know why, but yeah, obviously Pennsylvania reminded me of the Steelers. But Pennsylvania, Stella, is actually, when you grow up in North Jersey, we call it the tri-state area. Especially because my town is the last train stop before New York City. I grew up going to New York City, doing the whole 9 yards, Times Square, Empire State Building, all that jazz. I also have cousins in New York. But Pennsylvania, I had many childhood memories there at the lake house, at Shawnee Mountain, snowboarding, skiing. I learned how to ski for the first time there. So I would say if there were 3 states that really influenced who I am today, it would be Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and New York City. All right, Ella. Or Maisie, do you want to be? Because Ella's already been mod. And you did a great job, Ella. Don't get me wrong. But let's add some, shall we add some variety? Unless it's late for Maisie, y'all. So Maisie's watching from across the pond in England. It's really late for her. So I don't know. Ella, I might take that back. We might have to give you moderator. Just one person. Just one. Let's see what she says. Or she might be going to sleep. You know what I mean? Stella the Battery says, have you been to Hershey Park? I have. Sorry, I didn't mean to open my mouth that wide with food in my mouth. He says, it's okay. Ella can do it. Okay. All right, Ella. I have officially knighted you moderator. And there you go. T-Sam Cho says, are you that? Am I what?
I've struggled in the past to find a grass.
Jay says, what are you eating? I'm eating an apple. I'm trying to eat it as fast as I can because as y'all can, when you cut up apples, it's fresh and then it oxidizes. That's why you see like the brown there. So I'm just trying to, before it gets a little stale, I'm just trying to eat it as fast as possible. So that's why y'all see me rushing a bit. But I'm also trying to eat just so I can get to this. Y'all will see me either fail or succeed trying to aesthetically make a gray pumpkin of our brand character. It's a baby chameleon. And soon y'all will be seeing me in shorts with our baby chameleon because as of our official animation where it was 100% our baby, there's a key moment where our baby chameleon left its egg and entered the real world. And it's a very symbolic animation. I believe Maisie commented on it. So there's a lot of stuff going on in that animation. There was a couple streams ago where I went into the behind the scenes of like the lore. But in a nutshell, that animation was a baby chameleon working up the courage to leave its egg leave its comforting room and explore the world. And that's what it's gonna do soon with me and other creators on our channel, which I'm super excited for. So the Battery says you shouldn't bake the pumpkin seeds and eat them. That's true though. That's true. I was gonna throw them out. I have this garbage can right here. I was gonna throw it out. Honestly though, should I throw them out, y'all? But that is a good idea. I've never made pumpkin seeds. I never like roasted them, but it can't be that hard, right? Ella says, it happened to me when I was very young. Once when I was 4, when I was 6, and when I hear about it happening to anyone else, it just makes me so angry. If you need anything, Maisie, I'm here for you. That's insane, Ella. Not once, but twice. I mean, like... Fuck. If y'all heard that, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. But... It definitely, like, sticks with you for life, you know? And you're not the same person. You're not the same person ever. Now, was it... Because... I don't mean to be, you know, ask really personal questions here, but this is like kind of popping up in my head from like personal experience with my, like at the time, ex-girlfriend. She had similar experiences, but it was by her own family members, which is just like, I was like, whoa, that's even more intense. Alice is not by the same person, but yeah, look at it, says, bruh. He says, hope you're okay, Ella, thank you, SM. All right, here we go. I'm gonna try to eat this as fast as possible. Then I think I'm gonna skip this just because like I really want to get to this, and it's already 10 o'clock. So, and I really don't know how long this is gonna take me. I know taking out the guts of the pumpkin is pretty tedious. I'm okay for a lot of years. Most of it was trauma blocked. Most of it was trauma blocked. Trauma blocked. I've actually never heard of trauma blocking. I've heard of trauma triggers. What's trauma blocking? I mean, like, yes, it's self-explanatory, but like I'm curious about like the nuance. Like, what does that entail exactly? Like trauma blocking. Like, how do you do it? Like, my subconscious blocked it out from my memories to protect me. I see. Because I'm trying, like, I don't think I've ever experienced trauma blocking. Yeah, maybe I'll forget it. But, like, you ever hear, like, that quote, like, the more you try to forget something, the harder it is to forget? It's kind of like a meditation concept. Like, when you're, like, itching, usually instead of itching, like, the jerk reaction is to itch it, to, like, relieve the itch. Instead of itching it, you just observe it. And then you'll notice that a couple seconds later, over time, the itch just goes away. That's always how it's like kind of been from my experience. Like, just try. It's also similar to like numbing something. It doesn't really go away, but I get it. I will say this, so this is kind of embarrassing to talk about, but there was like a time where I had like curly hair. I got permed, and I was like getting really into curly hair and like the curly hair routines. And then the whole other thing is, for the longest time, I would get haircuts from barbers or like stylists who only knew straight hair, but I had curly hair at the time. And I had to find a curly hair barber. I didn't know who, but I found this like good reviewed one. Long story short, I went to that barber, wasn't that far, or that hairstylist, specialized in curly hair, and it was someone who was gay. And I was like, that's cool. Like I have no issue like with gay people. I actually get along well with like all the LGBT community. But this person, like, he was being like, I complimented his shoes, because I wear Converse and he was wearing Converse, and I was like, I love your Converse, and I think he took it the wrong way, where it got to the point where like he was giving me a haircut, and he literally put like he put his thing on me mid haircut, and I was like, "What are you doing?" But I also at the same time froze, and he like kind of backed up. But like that was the first time I ever experienced like being like assaulted, where I got a glimpse of like what even just a sliver of what y'all go through. Like you don't know what to do, you almost freeze, which is why some people are like arguing like, yeah, like what do you do? Like why don't you just do something about it? You don't know how you're gonna react to a situation until you're actually in that situation. So like I got a lot of empathy for the girls, because I know the girl is like, y'all deal with it on like a 10x 50x sort of level. I'm not just like even saying that. Like as a guy, I haven't had to deal with that at all. But I have noticed as I got a little older, and for some reason, like I have a lot of funny stories with like gay people like flirting with me and like putting themselves onto me, but it was never like that. And I was trying to be like, this guy was like mid haircut, and I didn't want him to mess up my hair. Like I didn't want him to just like, if I was like super rude to him, so I had to be like super nice and calm about it. But inside, I was like furious. And it was so weird. Anyway, Diggy, welcome to the live. There we go. Diggy's on a crazy streak. Diggy is actually one of my recent faves, because we have a lot of the girlies in these chats, and it's very rare that one of the boys, we're gonna welcome Diggy in here, although he is a youngin and he does say a lot of the brain rot phrases like 6'7" and all that jazz. Diggy's one of us. He clocked it last live stream. I'm probably using that phrase wrong. Noel, hey, welcome to the live. How are you on this lovely Saturday evening? But Diggy, he also had, like, I don't know if this is his confirmed GF, but he brought in Stella DeBatty, who's also a staple in this chat. And yeah, look, yeah, he says 6'7". 7'6", 6'7". Yeah, just get it out of your system, y'all. Diggy, get it out of your system while you're here. But I've actually been seeing funny stuff. Like I heard that the kiddos, y'all are driving your teachers crazy, so much so that they've banned the words. There we go, Stella and Diggy in the chat. That's so funny. But like y'all are saying that so much that I'm seeing that like teachers are and schools are banning that phrase from being said. Like you get in big trouble if you say that. It's getting that. I didn't think it was that bad. I've never seen a brain rot phrase get this bad. But I guess like it's pissing a lot of people off, especially people my age, like teachers and stuff like that, and principals. Loki edits for you says, "Nah, my teachers are saying 6'7". I guess it depends on the school, but if you probably have chill teachers then. Ellis says, "Bro, I know it's so bad." I honestly didn't think it was that bad, but when I saw it on the news, I was like, oh, like I only go live every Saturday, y'all, so I only see like a glimpse of what teachers have to go through like with the kiddos, because a lot of the kids in this chat or the people in this chat are like it's still in high school, middle school and stuff like that. We do have people in college like Maisie, and people graduating college like Navi, and even millennials who are in their mid-30s like Colt Circus Cole. I almost said his full username. Colt Circus, and Megan Dixon, who I haven't seen in a minute. All right. I'm yapping way too much, y'all. I have a bunch of food that I wanted to get to, but there's just no time. I'm gonna put this away for now. I'm gonna put this under the Christmas tree that's still being planted. I still have food in here as well, but again, we gotta get back. We gotta get to like what the actual stream is titled, which is carving our baby chameleon onto a pumpkin. As y'all can see, I have it already pre-traced. I'm gonna pull up the planted Christmas tree one more time, y'all. And if y'all can't tell, like we got the Santa hat, We also have a couple other Easter eggs. It's to hint at my actual Halloween costume. If y'all can put two and two together, you will understand who I'm gonna be. I also have for Halloween, the Halloween stream official. I do have some face paint, or like yeah, face paint that I will be putting on to complete the look. But we can say that for another time. All right. Can anyone guess though, like what I'm gonna be for Halloween? And then after you guess, let me know who you're thinking of being for Halloween. I know Ella, are you still gonna be the purple minion? Ella says, "Oh my gosh, I have the same tree." Do you really? Diggy says Chris Tofu. All right, so wait. I also want to see what it is. Noah says Chris. It's crazy. I've almost been watching for a year. I was just thinking that, Noel. I was like, I started streaming in October. I believe next month is no next month. Next week, next Saturday is officially gonna be a year of streaming, and I'm so happy, y'all. Like, y'all, we officially have some OGs. We have Nazy, we have Ella. Diggy, you're a newcomer, but for the OGs are the people who remember the dancing Santa. We also had a Christmas tree in here, which is pretty exciting. It's gonna be coming back November 1st. But y'all will see this room, and also like this room was a lot smaller. At least it felt a lot smaller. I was like a lot closer. Like I was streaming, like more so towards the corner of this room. But as you can tell, stream after stream, the room just got bigger and bigger and bigger. But yeah, thanks so much, Noel, for sticking around with me. Someone who just yaps and too much. I appreciate you, Noel. I'll never forget you recommending some good fire artists. Which, by the way, I'm wondering. I feel like she should put out like Christmas themed music, kind of like how Sabrina Carpenter puts out. You know, the artists they put out. Yeah, Kylie Kendall. You know, how some artists they put out like Christmas albums. I feel like Kylie would make a good pop slash like kind of like I don't know something fresh for Halloween. She's like Ariana Grande made like mistletoe. Oh no, not mistletoe. What was that one song with Ariana Grande? Like under the Christmas tree. Wait, no, I'm getting this so wrong. Santa Baby. Santa Baby. And then even Justin Bieber, he came out with Mistletoe, which is such a classic. You know I'm going to be blasting that come time November 1st. All right, that being said, y'all, let's get to the pumpkin carving. So the first thing that I got to do when it comes to this pumpkin, allegedly, is, so this is who I'm going to be carving on here tonight. You'll see that it's kind of like a good idea now to like pre-trace it, and this is like dry erase marker, so it was easy for me to like erase it and like kind of perfect it as much as possible. I went with this one because this is like from one of our recent animations, and it also has like I don't know, I like this facial expression. It's got like this like and this is our baby chameleon like looking up from its egg, its roof, and it sees it sees some thunder and also sees a rainbow from the top of its egg, and it decides to climb the egg and follow it. But also it works because it looks like it's kind of like a ghost. So that's why I went with this facial expression, and it's pretty simple as well. But I'm gonna be doing some other like things to like spice it up a bit because right now it seems a little basic. But y'all will see how it's gonna look like. But the first thing that you gotta do is obviously step one. You gotta gut the pumpkin. And a funny story about this pumpkin is like I got it from Walmart, and Walmart like it was chaos. I got it on Friday, and I was looking for this like the pumpkin section everywhere, but there was like every type of pumpkin in the pumpkin section except for like the regular pumpkin, right? Except for the regular pumpkin. And there was just this lady. She was like on her phone, but she was also looking around. I was like, "Hey, do you know where the actual real pumpkins are? Not like you know how there's like different types of pumpkins. There's some with kind of like it looks like warts and like witchy, and like some of them are like extra white, or some of them are like black." And she was like, "I'm literally wondering the same thing. Like, I don't know where they put the regular pumpkins." So I asked like a bunch of associates, and at the Walmart that I have in my town, a lot of them don't speak English. A lot of them are like really foreign. They speak like Spanish, and like a lot of them like didn't understand what I was trying to ask. But one of them did, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's in the front. It's like outside." And I have like a Walmart supercenter, and I had to trek outside. It was pretty far. Like I don't know why. The best type of pumpkins is like obviously the classic one, and they made it so hard to find. So that was my little side quest on getting this pumpkin. And the first thing that you gotta do is, from what I've seen, you gotta put a circle around the bottom, and that's where you take the guts out. And I think I made this too small, y'all. That was terrible. So I'm gonna make this a little bigger. We're gonna make it a little bigger. Just so it's easy for me to, I have this big spoon where I'm gonna like scoop the guts out. And speaking of guts, shout out to Olivia Rodrigo. Shouts out to Olivia Rodrigo. Okay. So here we go. This is what I'm gonna do. Like, y'all will see the inside of this. The reason why I have this like extra bowl here is so I could not ruin the nub or the stump. All right, y'all. Just be. I'm like talking to myself here. Like I just want to be extra careful. I feel like I want to bring this down here because it's my short ass is just like kind of like a little. I just don't want any blood, actual blood on stream. We don't want that. The YouTube police will come after me. I think what's best is if I just do it kind of like this looks evil. He just said he'll see it. Shelves, hey, welcome to the live. You're on a good streak so far. So is Noelle. She's still in here. You're on a solid streak. Now, this is good practice for me, doing it on the bottom first, because now I'm actually seeing like how this cuts. I do have like smaller knives that allow me to be a little bit more accurate, but it doesn't matter too much for the bottom. You just need to create a circle where you can take out the guts. That's all that matters. And then when you flip this back up on the bottom areas where you put the candle, right? Wow, this actually looks, it's like Chainsaw Massacre vibes. It's kind of like cutting a watermelon. Watermelons are like the only fruit I know of that are this big where you actually have to, you don't cut it like this, but I would say it's a little tougher to cut pumpkins than watermelon for some reason. All right, almost done. Y'all are gonna see me pop this. All right, here we go. Big reveal. Let's see how this looks. I think I just need to cut a couple ones. A couple edges aren't fully cut, so give me a sec, y'all. Loki edits for you. Thank you. Sparkle Heart says, don't drop off a finger now. Yeah, that's what I'm like. I just don't want any blood shed. No blood shall be shed on stream. That would be bad. All right, I think like I have some other ones here to make it a little bit more like accurate, but I think I'll use it for the actual like design, like these smaller knives. I also have like a box knife here that's like more precise. All right, here we go, y'all. This is what it's looking like. As you can tell, like I made it the circle a little bit bigger, but all right, there's a good amount of guts in here, y'all. A good amount. Ready? Oh my gosh. It's like stuck. All right, I'm gonna have to like, y'all see the inside of this? Look how crazy this is. Here we go. It's like I'm cutting through a forest. All right, there we go. That is the guts. Now, someone in here said a good idea. Like, I don't know. I didn't have that in mind, but it's probably something I could do in the future. I will be cutting pumpkins next Saturday. Not on stream, but with fam. So maybe I'll collect the actual guts in here. Can we get some pumpkins in the chat? Can we spam the pumpkin? Or give me some, let's get some like more Halloween emojis in the chat. We need some colors in here. All right, so Rap Me says, can I ask why you were live streaming carving a pumpkin? No hate, just curious. Just to get into the holiday season festivities. This is our baby chameleon, and it's our brand character. And it's my baby. And I kind of want to have some decor for the future live streams, at least for the rest of October and maybe even December. Because who knows, I can probably put a Santa hat on here. There's a Santa hat I have on the back over there, which I'm gonna get too distracted if I try and get it. But let's get back on track here. Yeah, so basically for decor in the streaming room. Now there's like, I'm gonna go in with this big spoon, but it seems like a lot of this is still like, y'all will see the inside of this. A lot of the guts are like stuck to the wall of the actual pumpkin. So I'm gonna have to like sever a lot of it. And I believe after this is like not that tedious, but this is probably the most tedious part. Eder, hi, welcome to the live. You're on a solid streak. You were the very first person to comment, other than the person who I pinned, which is our baby chameleon. Y'all will see, this is the face that we're painting or carving, and it's upside down curly. It looks a little weird, but all right, y'all will see a little bit what I've taken out here. Now I have a garbage can that I'm just gonna drop it into. But let me know, y'all. Like I think I asked this in the beginning of the live stream, but have any of y'all carved a pumpkin 2025 of October? Oh, Kaya says, I can smell enchiladas. You know what? I was about to say that it smells like pumpkins in here, but it really doesn't. It just smells like, I don't even know. It doesn't smell like pumpkin spice. It doesn't smell like pumpkin pie. It just smells like plants. That's what it smells like. Not even a garden. It just smells like, yeah, it just smells like, I don't even know how to explain it. So I guess you could say enchiladas, but look at the guts of this. This is going right in the trash. Do y'all like pumpkin seeds? Like, I don't think I've ever had pumpkin seeds that made me, like, I've definitely had pumpkin seeds in the past, but not to the point where I'm like, oh, like I could really go for some pumpkin seeds. I've had sunflower seeds. Those are pretty good. Ellis is Chris. What's up? Is everyone behaving in the chat, Ella? How many people have you had to reprimand tonight? Ella says, yes, I'm so glad, bruh. Yeah, thank God, right? Last week it was a little crazy. Stella DeBatty says, yes, they are so good. Stella, it seems like you like pumpkin seeds. You know what? I will try that. I'm going to try pumpkin seeds. I'm going to try my best to get like pumpkin seeds and try them live for the first time. Because to be honest, I would say first time trying them because I forget what they taste like. I just had some splatter onto my face. I don't know if anyone saw that. I gotta be careful here too, because like I'm coming in here, and you know what I'm gonna do? I do have scissors, and I think that'll actually help like cut some of the stuff without stabbing it with a knife. And it'll just allow me to. So this is what it's looking like, y'all, so far. The guts, there's still a good amount of guts in there. Look at that. Then what I'm gonna do is go in there and cut. Because a lot of it's stuck by like, I guess you could say, there's nothing else to really describe it as other than guts. But it's kind of like, I don't know, seaweed that's like stuck to the bottom of the ocean. That's what it seems like. Or like if you ever try to have like healthy pasta and you try to have like cucumbers and you put it through like the processor and it becomes these like noodles. But cucumber salad is actually pretty good. Asher Burke, welcome to live. Hi. So glad to have you in here. You seem like a new face. For those who are new, like Asher, my name's Chris. And I'm someone who just loves that feeling of discovering something new. New music, new activities, new skincare routines, new hair care ideas, everything new. Just sharing that feeling with you. In this live stream, I did my skincare routine, I did my nutrition routine. Y'all help me paint the lights of this room. Hair's looking crazy right now. And now we're doing some pumpkin carving. You'll see right above me is this brand character, this baby chameleon. Like, it's a screen or a still image from our recent animation. And now I'm just turning it into a pumpkin. Let me know, Asher, if you're still in here, where you watching from. Sparkleheart says, I'm going to bed. Bye-bye. Thanks, Sparkleheart, for tuning in. It looks like you're #1 on the top fans leaderboard, so shout out to Sparkleheart. I hope to see you next Saturday, 9 p.m. EST. Since this is your first time, Sparkleheart, if you make it next Saturday, I go live every Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be adding your username to our Stream Streak leaderboard, which I show on the projector and update every Saturday. Next week, y'all will see my actual Halloween costume. Right now, I'm somewhat wearing a Halloween costume, which is because I don't look like this all the time, but this is the hair look that I go for like basically every stream. But it's the Katara hair look. This is where I didn't initially get inspiration from this character. I kind of naturally came up with this by myself, but I remembered I grew up watching this show. If anyone knows the show, hit it in the chat. Let me know what show it is. But someone in the chat around this time last year was like, you have Katara hair. I was like, you know what? You're right. So, and then some people have said that I do look like this person right here, which is the dude. I believe his name is Li Shang from Mulan. Has anyone ever seen? I miss these animation, like these classical 2D animated movies / films. that was like the golden era of Disney, in my opinion. But maybe that's just me aging myself and being a little nostalgic. But who knows? Y'all may see that next week. Maybe not. Maybe not. I gave a hint into what my Halloween costume is. If anyone knows what this is and this is. And also, there's a Christmas tree with a Santa hat on top of it. Y'all see the silhouette right in between me. Should I be in for Halloween still, Dabati? I did rock this look somewhat last live stream, but I would have to get like a red cape and stuff like that. I've been looking for like inspiration on like hairstyles because I'm gonna be posting new hair content soon. But I love medieval like shows and like lore. And this person, Ella, if you know who this character is, because you have watched the same show that I have, I kind of want to pull this look off low key. Yeah, and this summer, I believe, Ella, is House of Dragons Season 2. And I believe Night of the Seven Kingdoms is coming out, which is a Game of Thrones prequel. It's coming out this January 2026. So you best believe I'm going to be, like, super medieval nerdy. And I already just started getting excited. Like, Damon's probably one of the... He carried that show, high key. He carried that show. But, like, I just... like... There's something called, like, war braids that, like, the Vikings used to do a lot back in the day. But also, like, during the medieval time. I just, like, imagine Damon, like, sitting in front of his mirror, just putting his braids together like a little baddie before he actually does some badass stuff. I just find, like, that, having, like, that picture in my head of, like, guys putting on these, like, really tough, like, braided long hairstyles. They're like, sitting pretty at their, like, vanity mirror. And they're just doing the hair because that's how I felt. I was like in the mirror today before I got on stream. I was like, yeah, but like there's nothing like tough. Like I'm like brushing my hair and stuff like that. I was like a little baddie in the mirror basically. Where's my spoon? All right, let's finish the rest of this. Honestly, the most tedious part of this knock on wood, is gutting it. Other than that, like, the face that I'm carving tonight, as you can tell by the person pinned, is this. And it's basically like a basic pumpkin. It just, yeah, it's there's nothing much to it. But what I'm most excited for is the end of the stream where I'm going to turn off the lights and I'm going to put a candle in here and see how it turns out. And this pumpkin has a little bit to do with my Halloween costume next week. So it does have another role other than just sitting pretty in my room as a Halloween/holiday season decor. So we're almost done here. Look at all that. Look at the guts. It kind of, y'all, like, if y'all have ever, this is what it reminds me of. The inside of pumpkins, like, there's this kind of like spaghetti Filipino meal, and it's called palabok. If y'all have ever had Jollibee has this, like, these noodles, and it has, like, it's like a salty, savory meal, and it's so good. It's super, like, childhood nostalgic for me. It doesn't smell or taste like this. I've never tasted this, but the way this looks, these noodles, is basically, if you go to Jollibee, they have it on their menu. And Jollibee is the only, like, sort of restaurant that represents the Philippines in the US. That's like mainstream. That's what it reminds me of. But it also kind of reminds me of like squash, like healthy noodle squash noodles that like people like to make if they want to be extra healthy type shit. Mona M says, yes, Wesh had your LTF. Don't know what that means, but thank you for tuning in. Love your PFP. It's a cat. Loki edits for you. Fire says, my stepmom is Filipino. Awesome. You know, something random happened today. I was sitting in my living room, and there's like nobody in the house, and the doorbell rings. I was like, "Who is this?" But it was these two, like this never happens, mind you, never happens. And it was these two Filipinos. It was the daughter. Her name was like Danny, and I believe it was her mother. And they're like, "Hi," like, and I'm like, "Oh great!" Like, they're gonna try to like sell me on some solar panels, or like they're just trying to like do so, like get me to join something or do something like religious that I like maybe like a Jehovah's Witness or something like that. And y'all know how that goes. Like they knock on your door and they try to get you to join something and sign up for something. I was like, great. But this has never happened in all my life. Like all they wanted to do. She was like, "Hi, my name's like Danny. What we're doing is we're going to Filipino homes and we're just reciting a Bible verse. We're reciting a Bible verse that we thought would be like helpful for you." And they're like, "Can I share it with you?" And I was like, "Sure." Like, I was like, "I'm down for that." Like, and it was actually, I can't. I'm probably gonna butcher the verse that they said, but it had something to do with like wipe your tears. Like God said, "Wipe your tears. Everything will be okay." And I was like, I needed that for real. Like, and then at the end of it, I was expecting them to be like, "All right, like, would you like be interested in joining?" But they were literally just like, "All right, that's it. Have a good day." And I was like, so surprised because anytime someone rings on your doorbell and they always like want something. You know what I mean? There's never just like, you ever hear like the phrase, "There's never a free lunch," but it was like super sweet. I was like, that's awesome. Because like there was a weird coincidence where like sometimes I'll read the Bible and then I'll just like not read the Bible for like a long time. And for the first time in a long time, last night I was like, I'm gonna pick up the Bible again. For the long time I was like kind of like studying the Quran or the Quran. And I put that down for a little bit and I just started getting back into like reading the Bible. And I was like, what a funny coincidence. The night I pick up the Bible again, the next morning, these two lovely Filipinos, they were like super nice. And they wanted to recite a Bible verse. Now, just to put that into perspective, the last time someone rang on my doorbell trying to do something like that was like, I would say like a decade. So, there's my one friend, his name's Derek. He said there are no coincidences. There are no coincidences in life. That was like his quote on his like obituary and all his like memorial stuff because he passed away in middle school, unfortunately, due to suicide. But I always think about that quote whenever something happens. Like there are no coincidences in life. Everything that's happening, even if it seems like it's like weird woo-woo magic stuff, it's meant to be. Chris, cut or uncut? I'm cutting this. We're definitely cutting this. That's for sure. And this is the progress. Check it out. It's almost gutted to the brim. Now it's best practice. Apparently, the best thing to do is to like carve out as much on the side that you're actually gonna carve out, so it's a little thinner and it's easier to cut through on that side. So that's like a little hack, apparently, a little pro tip. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like carve this side a little bit more right here, just so it's easier for me to cut through, because that's the side that I'm actually gonna carve out. And we're almost done here, y'all. Just a couple more seeds, and we should be good to go. I also have an ice cream scooper. I don't know how much more effective this will be, but let's test it out. Oh, it's actually a lot more effective at like... All right, here we go. Almost done. I have 2 books of Mormon on my bookshelf next to my 50 Bibles. Whoa. That's quite the spread you have there, Ella. 2 books of Mormon, 50 Bibles. That's pretty impressive. 50. Wow. 50. Well annotated. All of them annotated. 50 is a hyperbole. Oh. So how much is 50 is a hyperbole? If you said 6, 7, I would have wolfed out. I would have wolfed out. I would have been like, Diggy converted you. Diggy converted you to the brain rot side. Alright, let's actually put this up just a little bit. Just so y'all see who I'm carving. Between like 10 to 12. I see. That's still pretty impressive. Me, it's just on my Kindle. And then I have one like on like a coffee table. But I also have one that's still like annotated, but it's from high school. Low-key edits for you says, I'm technically literally still do it, but I'm not wanting to. I'm just forced because of my dad. My parents are divorced, which is bad for Jehovah's Witnesses. Yeah, Jehovah's Witness, that's like the guardrails that y'all have in the rules are like super like restrictive. Right? Like y'all need chaperones like if you want to hang out with like someone of the opposite sex, correct? From what I remember, like my friend had to do that. Because my mom isn't one anymore, I hate it. I see too. That seems like to me, I mean, this is not for every Jehovah's Witness with like parents divorced, but it seems like the last, like my friend, she had something similar too, where like their parents like kind of became something else. Like they converted to a different religion. So like the kid, like the girl, my friend was in like a weird spot of like religious like crises. So I can definitely see where you're coming from, low-key edits for you. Emoji, fire emoji. For real, I know they're so strict. So in a way, low-key edits for you, you can't technically be on these live streams where I'm celebrating Halloween, right? I'm kidding. You can do whatever you want, low-key. There's no restrictions to a certain point on here. On chat. We've had people say some crazy stuff on here, like creepo stuff, like pedophilia-ish stuff. So, anyway. But shout out to Loki Edits for you with the fire emoji. I just have a bad habit of saying everyone's full PFP. I mean, full username. But let me know where you're watching from, Loki. You've been tuning in from the beginning of the live stream. You seem like a new face. And thanks so much for keeping me and Ella and everyone on this chat good company. You can tell we have a lot of familiar faces, but we're also very welcoming to new faces. Jency, speaking of new faces, Jency, hey, welcome to the live. Jency says, you are pretty like a sunflower. Thank you so much, Jency. Let me know, where are you watching from? I'm streaming from New Jersey, right across the river from New York City. It is currently 10:40 p.m. at night on a Saturday night. And my name's Chris. I go live every Saturday, 9 p.m. to share my skincare, hair care, not yet at least, nutrition routine, my self-care routine. I'm a homebody, so I like to stay in a lot and just take care of myself. And in this live stream, it's a special one because we're doing something pretty festive to start off the holiday season, which is pumpkin carving our baby chameleon, which is basically our mascot. But it's more than a mascot. This is like my kid. It took over a little under a year of development and concepting and like figuring out who this baby will be and will be one day and is now. I was just talking with Yuki. We had our final call. Yuki's my animator, no longer former animator. And I told her, like, thank you so much for working on this project with me. But like, we really needed this, you know, all these months that you worked on this character with me. It was necessary. We needed the time and space to figure out who our baby chameleon is and who it will one day become for the world. Yeah, Ella, show some love to Yuki in our recent animations. Say like, thank you so much, Yuki. I think she like low key, she pays attention. I don't know about the lives, but he likes to pay attention. Obviously, when you create work, you like to see if it does well, if it doesn't, if people comment on it. So I'm sure if she sees a comment from you, she'd be really happy. Cause we left on good terms. She's making animations 2D and 3D for this other studio, this like creative studio, but they're Chinese based. And Chinese animation is actually like they're up and coming. Like they're gonna be a force to reckon with Japanese animation, American CGI, which like Avatar, which is the third sequel or the third movie of the trilogy, is coming out this December. Todoroki says, Chris, I want to KNS. What do I do? Well, I can't tell you what to do, Toto. What I can tell you is that you're loved and you have a chat like this to be there and help you get through the tough time. And if there's any like emergencies where I can't just like reach out kind of like and do this with you and hold and try to like just be there for you. I know this is a funny meme, but just to lighten the mood, this is what it feels like when I meet new people across the algorithm of YouTube, across the digital universe. We do have emergency help for you, which is if you go to nhf.me, nhf.me/Chris. My name is CHRIS. nhf.me/Chris. Let's go there right now, actually. You'll see some resources for you if you're really struggling. So nhf.me/Chris, and you'll see all the resources, but skip all that if you're really like, if my energy isn't enough to help you get through the hard times for these couple minutes. nhf.me, you'll see all the way at the bottom, there's a link and it says SOS, urgent help. You see it? Urgent help. You click on that and it links you to some really amazing resources where there are professionals ready to really just do what they do best, do what they like really destined to do, and be there for you more than I can ever be. But whatever you're going through, Toto, if you woke up this morning with legs to walk with, hands to feel and touch, eyes to see, a nose to be able to smell and taste food, because apparently if you can't smell, you can't taste, right, y'all? So just know, like, you can enjoy your favorite meal right now. What's your favorite meal, Toto? What's your favorite like comfort food? I actually just had like one of my favorite comfort food is toast. In the beginning of this live stream, I made some cinnamon toast, and it was like the crispiest toast. You can hear the crisp. You can hear the ramen. Okay, earlier in the chat, someone said they love. Wait, was that you, Toto? Did you say you like ramen with eggs? Ella says toast, heartbreak. Now, I know the young gen loves doing the emo emoji, so I'm assuming the heartbreak emoji is a positive emoji in your eyes, and in the young, in Gen Alpha's eyes. I believe, Ella, you're Gen Alpha, correct? You're Gen A. Gen C says, what's your comfort food? My comfort food is toast, like toast with like coconut oil and like honey and a little bit of olive oil. But I also love, I love a solid like Chipotle bowl. And then I also love naan, which is like Indian bread. Some like my best friends are Indian, and like they introduced me to Indian food, specifically Punjabi food. I'm not a big fan of Gujarati food, Indian food, which is a different type of Indian food, but like Punjabi, which is like naan, butter chicken, chicken tikka masala. I love Indian food. Jency says naan. I love naan. I am Indian. That's amazing, Jency. So my best friends are Indian. You know, I've gone to Indian weddings, some of the best weddings I've ever attended ever. I wore my kurta and everything. But one of the things I really love is not only my friends, who I haven't seen in a while and I miss very much, because we're getting older now, and you know they're doing some adult stuff with babies and getting married and stuff, cooties and stuff. But I do love Indian food. It's a really good comfort meal. Like the basmati rice, the spices, the butter chicken. Even the desserts are so good. I'm getting too hungry, y'all. I kind of skipped a little bit of my dinner to carve this pumpkin, and now I'm getting a little distracted, and I'm making myself hungry. So I'm gonna get back to finishing this. But thanks so much, Jesse, for sharing that. I didn't know that we're twinning in terms of I'm not Indian, but I do love naan and you love naan, so we're like this right now. Now, do you speak Hindi, Jesse? I do know a little bit of Hindi. Dhanyavad for showing up to this live. If anyone else knows a little bit of Hindi, let me know what I just said. Or if you have critical thinking, you probably know what I just said. I know really basic. I know really basic Hindi. All right, so this is the progress, y'all. Again, this is the most tedious part of pumpkin carving. It's gutting it to the brim. You really want to get it especially if you're gonna put this outside. If you have any remnants of the guts, the squirrels will devour it. They will devour, they will ruin your pumpkin, unless you keep it inside. Because this is basically nutrition and food for bugs, flies, and all that jazz. But just look at that. Although this looks a little appetizing to me, because the inside of this reminds me of a Filipino dish. I'm Filipino, by the way, Jenny. And it's called palabok. Palabok. It's this orange pasta, slash spaghetti. It's not pasta. It's spaghetti-ish. It looks like it's orange spaghetti. I might have to actually eat it next stream, because it's kind of it's orange, definitely. So it's. Todoko says, do you know who Zenitsu is? I don't. Who's Zenitsu? Toto. Loki edits for you says, oh my gosh, last year, I made a pumpkin last year and the squirrels devoured it. Yes. I mean, even if you don't open up the pumpkins, that's the big thing every year, right? The squirrels just come for the pumpkins, because I think they smell and you think they can even eat the outside of it. So I mean, what I do is you put a little layer of oil with a napkin, and the oil kind of repels some sort of cooking oil, and then you use a napkin to kind of brush over it, and the pumpkin's gonna look a little shiny, but it's kind of like a pesticide, but a natural pesticide for a pumpkin. That's what I found helps. So that's what I have. Actually, I have a pumpkin outside of my house right now, and it's been squirrel free because of that. So that's a little tip. All right, I'm gonna try to finish this up. I've been at this for way too long. TBH. But it's all right. What time is it, y'all? So it's 11 o'clock. I think by 12 I should be able to finish this. Maybe even earlier. Loki edits for you says, okay, thank you for the tip. Toto says, people hate me because I'm lesbian. Do you hate me? I don't hate you. Toto, I've seen every comment that you can imagine in these chats and in our shorts. People have said I look like a boy, like a girl or a boy, or I'm a lady boy. People think that I'm gay and all these things. But it doesn't change who I actually am and who I am for the world, and the same for you. Whether you're lesbian or not, you are. It doesn't change how much people like you for you. And if usually I can tell people care about people's sexual orientation if that's the first thing they ask. If that's the first thing they're concerned about, if it's the first thing they ask you, they're probably not the type of person you want to be around, because it's going to decide, all right, depending on your sexual orientation, I'm going to decide whether I like you or not. And I feel like that's such a bad way of judging people. Because, you can really... There's more to having friends than deciding whether they're, I'm going to be friends with you or I'm going to like you. once I know your sexual orientation. I feel like that's such a silly way to judge people. There's so many other things, like, trust me, I'm human too. I judge people all the time. Right? Like, we're just human. Like, we can't, like, first impressions, we always have first impressions in our head, you know, the intrusive thoughts. But there's so many other things to judge people on whether or not they could be your friend or whether you like them or not. And that could be on how they treat other people, how they treat their mother, their parents, how they treat their pets, how they take care of them, right? How they carry themselves when, I don't know, they see $1 on the floor and they see someone drop it, and they can choose to either keep the dollar or come up to the person and say, hey, you dropped $1, right? Those are the sort of things that I feel like that's how you should judge people. But I digress. That's just my personal opinion. All right, we're almost done here. Yo, and this is kind of intense work for me. I'm almost working up a sweat. But almost there. Now, the face is on this side, so I'm going to carve. So this is what it's looking like. Y'all want to see? Jared says, that's just me. Toto says, my GF just texted me. Invite her over here. Let's have a party, Toto. Let's have a party together and celebrate you, Toto. As well as celebrate love. I love love. And I love when people bring in their lovers into the chat. I was just, Chris, did I tell you I came out to my mom twin? You did. I think I saw it on a replay, Ella. That's why I remember it. And I must have, I don't think I reacted to it because I missed it live. Because the chat was going crazy. But I do remember. Ella, you're funny. You're funny. There's one comment that I laugh about so much sometimes. And this was this is part of Ella lore where Ella before she told her mom way before that she came out to I guess friends, right, Ella? Or you came out to a chat, but also your inner circle. And yeah, you basically came out. And I was like, that's great. And then I forgot what you said or what I said, and you were like, I was like, yeah, it's great that you came out. And you're like, wait, are you saying that are you calling me 50% gay? I was like, I've never heard someone say it like that before. Are you calling me 50% gay? I was like, that's so, the young gen is so funny, bro. Y'all are so funny. If anyone else in here, I think Ella's the only OG in here right now. We have a lot of newcomers like Toto and Low Key. But, I just, to this day, I laugh about that comment. Are you calling me 50% gay, Chris? I was like, well, yeah, when you put it like that, I'm like, I guess I am. Yeah, that's how I tell people I'm bi now. That's so funny, Ella. That's so witty. You're pretty quick-witted. At least digitally. I don't know IRL, but if not, then I'm sure that digital quick-wittedness translates eventually. You're still a spring chicken, so you still got some years to develop your music taste, which is already up there, but also your humor. But nonetheless, sometimes I think about my chat's comments and those comments like that, I'll be waking up or I'll be showering and I'll just bust out laughing because I'll just remember a comment like that. I was like, y'all are so funny. I'm like, that's why I keep streaming. As my breath sync says, can I have one please? What do you want? Do you want a pumpkin seed? Esma, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Esme, not Esma. All right, y'all. I think, honestly, there's still a good amount in here, but we're gonna go in with our hands. I really want to finish this, so we're gonna get a little dirty. in here. Ugh. Look at this. Hold on, y'all. I actually realized that I had the mental health resources in the back over there. But for those who are new here, welcome. So glad to have you in here. That's basically how I feel. Also, like, I've been looking for some new hair inspiration. This is one from K-pop Demon Hunters, and I really like her hair. Like, I feel like I can pull this off somehow, some way. Currently, the hair that I'm rocking is this guitar hairstyle. Also, if anyone, this is like an animation that beat the record, like of all time. It beat Avatar's record for highest grossing animated film. And this one is a Chinese style animation. And I feel like if anyone, does anyone know this movie? I feel like I can rock the, and that's a boy, by the way. You should do the Princess Leia hair. I don't know why they made me like, maybe I should rock the Rhaenyra hair. To be, that would be tough though. Like, should it be, but Princess Leia, yeah, that's actually a little easier. Like, if we're talking buns, Princess Leia, yeah, I think I can rock this one right there. But this one's, oh my gosh, should I? It looks like she's wearing earmuffs. Maybe I'll rock that for Christmas time. Jency says, "What's your favorite chocolate?" My favorite chocolate's dark chocolate. I love. It's a little like it's an acquired taste, but like the darker the better. I'm like a big like. I love earthy, pure ingredients, and that's no different when it comes to chocolate. When I was younger, when I was a kid, I used to love Twix, and I used to love Reese's cups. I still do. Like Reese's peanut butter cups are my all-time childhood favorite chocolate. What's yours, Jency? But as I've grown older, I'm looking for like healthier alternatives. But I've come to really love dark chocolate, especially with some cinnamon and some honey, and it's melted a little bit on toast. It's so good. What's everyone's favorite chocolate? Let me know. Like, what's your favorite Halloween candy to just like indulge in? Jency says, "Here's a dark chocolate for you." Thank you. Thank you. Let me actually thank you, Jency. This is me right now. Thank you. I'm that little chihuahua holding out a plate. Chris, I love you to death, but you're on a Yap train tonight. That's so true. Like, yo, we have to finish this, and I've only basically gutted this. Now, there's still some seeds in there, but Ella's right. I've been yapping too much, so much so that, like, I keep touching this pumpkin, and, like, it's starting to have, like, ruined mascara vibes, which is kind of a vibe. It's kind of, like, gothic. So we might do a version of our baby chameleon with, like, mascara. Who knows? All right, so I'm going to put this down. We're going to get into the actual carving. So I'm going to show y'all a little bit of how messy it is right now on my table. Esme say it's my birthday. Happy birthday, Esme. Esme's breath stinks. Happy birthday. All right, here we go. Now, what I'm gonna do first is I'm going to go in with this box knife, and this has an old knife, like this old. Wait, I don't know if I'm taking it off correctly. Yeah, I'm gonna replace it with a little one that's like a bit sharper. I did not need to yank that the way I did. All right, so we took it out. That one's old. I'm gonna put on a fresh one just so it's a little sharper and it's easier for me to do it as precise as possible. So let's do that. Let's actually zoom in just a little bit, just so y'all see it a little better. And Loki, as for you, says sounds funny. Ella says, is that a scalpel? It's an X-Acto knife. It's an X-Acto knife for art projects, y'all. See how it's in a pen form? All right, let's not get any ideas here. It's an X-Acto pen that I feel like I... All right, here we go. Gotta get this. Oh yeah, this one's sharp. But I'm just gonna use it to like trace it first, and then I'm gonna use a bigger. I'm like Edward Scissorhands tonight, yo. Let me just. We gotta. Thought you had a medical tool. I have every tool in the book tonight, y'all. Every tool in the book. I have like this. I don't even know what this is called. It's like, it looks like a medical tool. It's like a double-sided Sith, like saber. But all right, let me see if I can just get this a little bit more aesthetic. We got the Christmas tree. Y'all see it? It's growing. November 1st, this is going to be growing into a Christmas tree. Can we get some Christmas trees in the chat? And hopefully soon, I think right here, YouTube is sending a neon sign. I may put it up, but I think I want to give it away, like to my team. Although we haven't made videos like a lot like we used to, like me, Amira, and Nikki, for November, we have some exciting videos lined up, like videos, collaborations with Dunkin' Donuts. We're also collaborating with AMC Theaters to promote Wicked, which is going to be super exciting. Who's seen Wicked Part 1 with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo? We have some exciting collab videos coming up, and I kind of want to also ship out some cool goodies for Amira and Nikki because they've been so good to me and our channel and everyone with their content. Although, yeah, we haven't posted in a while, but for good reason. We're doing a lot of planning behind the scenes, especially with our brand character. I've been looking for, in fact, like one fun fact, this is a little sneak peek. We only have 11 people in here, which is great because I don't want to reveal too much to like the whole world. But some of our like, I've been looking for, what do you call it? Damn, why is that thing slipping my mind? Like, what's the, it's crocheting. I've been finding and like interviewing some really talented croqueters, like local croqueters, to make the first limited edition runs of our baby chameleon. It's not gonna be some mass manufactured. It's gonna be limited edition, handmade, stuffed crochets of our baby chameleon, which it's gonna be super like cute ones too, which is gonna be super exciting. Who's excited to possibly get their hands on a limited edition, crocheted, locally handmade by someone, who lives near me? You get to support their hobby. You get to support our channel by having something to remind you of the good vibes of our videos and our live streams. And hopefully you can take the plushie with you on your travels, and it can grow with you, kind of like what's going on right now. Our baby chameleon is still a baby. We just recently finished the grown version. This is like my art studio, so like I've been working for almost a little over a year now on the full concept of not only the baby chameleon, but the grown version. It still looks like a baby. It's kind of like a dog or a cat. Like, yeah, your baby, your pet, or even your horse, they grow and they grow older, but they always seem like a baby, right? They always feel and look like a baby to you. So that's like kind of what's been going on behind the scenes. So although we have our grown chameleon coming as well in a couple months, we still got some adventures to go on with our baby chameleon. It's still just as cute, and it's got a lot of character. Like, I'm so excited to share it with y'all. But let's actually like trace this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm only gonna cut this moon-like structure out. Y'all see this? Like, it looks like the eyes look like a moon. I want to be able to keep as much of the eye design as possible. So the reason why I'm not going to cut this side is so this orange part can still stay on the pumpkin. And then I'm going to cut the inside of that orange part so that the candle, when I put the candle inside the pumpkin, this part's going to glow. and this part. Does that sound like a good idea? Jency's just careful not to hurt yourself. I'll try not to. All right, see, that's why I love these X-Acto knives. Now you're right. Like I gotta be careful. I love them, but these are like super duper sharp, and they're like pencils, but I love them. X-Acto knives. They're like so precise. It's like cutting through almost like butter. Now this is not getting through the whole pumpkin wall, I guess you can call it. But it's just enough for me to like set the foundation before I actually use a bigger knife. It just makes it easier to cut. Ugh, my horse is so sick. That's a whole other situation. I'm sorry to hear that out loud. I'm gonna pray for your horse tonight. Pets are like another grief. Like I'm for years I've been mourning my pets. Like I hate to talk about it. Like my dog, my grandpa dog that wears diapers has been wearing diapers for the last like 2.5 years because he has an uncontrollable bladder. It's like every time I look at him, I'm like, this could be your last Christmas with us. And his birthday's coming up. He's turning 17. My dog's turning 17, y'all. He's a teen. He's older than Ella. He's older than Ella. He's older than most of y'all in this chat. And he wears diapers. He's such a cutie. But yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like the grief of a pet that's still alive is different. Is different. So I feel you, Ella. Especially, I mean, your horse is your childhood horse. Your horse is also in horse years grandpa. Grandpa. She was almost 13 when she passed. I'm gonna be 15. My dog had osteosarcoma and she passed away in 2024. Was that before? Yeah, it was before we met, Ella. Sorry to hear that. How did you are you healed now? I'm like genuinely curious. Like, do you still like mourn and get sad about your dog? Cause like I have not experienced it yet, and I'm just like, I don't even know how I'm gonna. I don't know how I'm gonna deal with it. I gotta remember not to cut this part. I cut too much already, so I'm gonna focus. Chris is coming out right now because I really gotta focus and make sure I don't cut this part. I already cut a little bit too much. Silly me. All right, here we go. Almost there. And I also gotta cut this part too. This is gonna be the hard part. Like I actually really gotta be tedious with this and careful. Cause if I don't do it correctly, the whole eye is gonna pop in. So it's just gonna be like there's only one shot at this. I only have one pumpkin, y'all. And y'all saw how long it took me to gut the inside of this pumpkin. For those who are just tuning in, my name's Chris. Right now we are carving our baby chameleon. Basically think of it as like, y'all know Target. Target has their dog as a mascot. You know, speaking of dogs, we have a baby chameleon. That is our brand character. But there's, you know, unlike the dog, not to throw shade at Target's dog, our goal with our brand character is to fill it with so much life and story and emotion other than it just being a mascot. So like I don't even really like to refer to our baby chameleon as a mascot. Like I'm someone who comes from like film and photography and storytelling. So like we're really focused on the story and the lore and building that world around our baby chameleon. And for me, I guess it starts with small stuff like this, doing fun festivities that have to do with our baby chameleon. And I keep saying baby chameleon because for those who are new here, we have not revealed the name, but rest assured, I'm super excited to reveal the name eventually because it has a lot to do with this chat. The chat inspired part of this name, and it just got so much meaning. And a little sneak peek is our baby chameleon's first ever word, will be its name. And you'll hear it. It's gonna say it. Jency says, so sorry, Ella. 2024 was a rough year, bruh. Honestly, yeah. 2024 was like, for me, rough but rewarding, but mostly rough. Mostly rough, so right there with you, Ella. Mostly rough. But, I wouldn't really change it, because half of that year, because it's 2025 now, half of all that, like, when I look back at these last 2 years, 2025, because it's almost over, can you believe it, y'all? It's almost 2026. We have 3 more months. But 2025 and 2024, for me, and I believe for a lot of y'all, was like some of the most insane years of my life. Like insane lows to the point of like just, it's the first time ever in my life where I used to be I still am a pretty happy-go-lucky guy, but it's like the first time in my life where I really, really like contemplated the bad thoughts. And I think a lot of y'all know what the bad thoughts I'm talking about are or what I'm referring to. But like it's crazy to say, like when I look back at these years, I really can't change it because without those lows, I wouldn't have been able to meet any of y'all in this chat. And I wouldn't have been able to, like, without those years, without 2024, without 2025, again, I can't meet the chat. And this wouldn't have come. Like, I was able to, like, really, it's weird, like, how the darkest of times can really create the most beautiful things. And for me, like, with Yuki, I was telling her, like, Yuki is our animator who helped me create this baby chameleon. Like, I told her, like, this was never about, like, money. And, like, if I really wanted the money from this baby chameleon, I would be selling, like, plushies, or, like, from the beginning. We would do merchandising right away, but it was never about that. Like for me, that relationship that I had, like that work relationship I had with our animator, it was more like spiritual and like therapeutic. Like I needed this character to find some sort of like purpose in a weird way. It's so weird to talk about, but like, yeah. Like to me, this brand character is not just a mascot. It's like I have to give more life. I have to look after this little one, you know? And this little one is like somewhat of a manifestation of the personality of this chat in some weird woo-woo way. Like this is stuff that I probably won't really talk about. If ever in one day, like our baby chameleon becomes like really big character, this like woo-woo stuff I probably won't even talk about. There'll probably be like really media stuff like, oh yeah, like super inspired. Like I just did a couple brush strokes, used a couple paints. We decided to go with an emerald green sort of color palette. It'll be like pretty not woo-woo stuff. But y'all see as people join the lives, wow, our baby chameleon is still in its growing phases. You'll get the inside scoop of what really went down when it came to creating this baby. I remember y'all were roasting me for referring to it as a baby, but it is a baby. Ella says, that's why you're one of my favorite influencers. Don't even say that, Ella. Like, I'm just a chill guy. I'm not an influencer. Cause you're not about money. You're about caring about your followers and purpose. You know. Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm not a perfect human. Like I don't want y'all to think that like listen, like money does like it does matter. It does matter. For certain things, like there's bills that have to be paid to some certain extent. But there is a fine line between, being a starving artist. Like sometimes I told Yuki like sometimes like there are months where we just like have to say like forget about all the stuff that like is helping to stay alive as like a business, as a brand. Sometimes you have to be a starving artist to really make great art, right? There's no other way around it. There's no other way around. That's my belief, right? But I don't want you all to think I'm like this person who's like, you know, I'm not perfect, y'all. I'm not perfect, because money does matter. But eventually, you know, when you don't focus on the money, eventually all that stuff comes to you instead of you trying to chase it. But thank you, Ella, for the kind words. I just hate the word influencer, you know what I mean? I hate the word influencer. Like, if I had a choice, Ella, if I'm being real with you, Ella, if I had a choice, I would not be making videos with my face. Like, would much rather be directing videos and like directing, creators and like just being behind the scenes and directing animations where like you never see my face. like like when you think of Disney, right? Most people don't think of the man, Walter. They don't think of his full federal name, you know what I mean? Walter Disney. But Disneyland is named after that Walter's last name. But you just never really see him because he's just so busy, just rather working with talented people to create beautiful stories. And like that's kind of like my goal. If I'm being real, y'all. Like eventually one day there will be a creator who takes my place on these self-care Saturdays. That's gonna be me all old and crusty. And I'm gonna be passing on the torch to a new creator to keep y'all good company. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna leave the brand or leave our baby chameleon. I'll just be working on more stuff behind the scenes. I'm more of a behind the scenes sort of guy, if I'm being real. I'm really introverted. But people like you, Allah, and everyone else in this chat, like new faces like Jency, I really come here for y'all. I really come here for y'all. Loki edits for you says, "Hey, I'm back. Welcome back." Damn, welcome back, Loki. We just had a crazy heart to heart, which is lore for sure. But I think I've been skipping some of Ella's chats. Let me read some of her. Ella says, since it's kind of bent from lack of water and heavy wind, and the quote reads, "You'd be destroying what it makes it special," and then says, The Joshua tree's struggle is what makes it beautiful. It's so true. There's really no way around beautiful art, like without, or like just a beautiful life without like struggle. So thanks so much for sharing that. I didn't copy and paste them. Ella says, I'm reading a book called Glass Castle and the family in it moves around a ton. At some point, the mom is painting a Joshua tree and the daughter says that she would protect the Joshua tree. Beautiful story, Ella. I just had to read the rest of it. Donald, hey, welcome to the live. I'm carving this pumpkin, which, to be honest, it's almost 12 o'clock and I'm supposed to be finishing this by 12. Y'all think I'll finish this by 12? That's my dog saying no. Y'all probably hear my dog. But let's see if I can like pop this. All right, so this eye is basically done. I think. No, it's not. But I'm using this box knife, X-Acto knife, just to give that trace of before I actually cut it with this big knife. Just so it's easier to cut through, so. Ella? Now I know you're mod, Ella. But I don't want you to think that you have to stay on here because you're mod. Right? Because I remember when Jay was mod, she was up till like 1 a.m. with me on stream. Because, and I didn't address it, but like, I was like, oh, I hope she didn't feel like the need that she had to stay on live just because she was mod. Like, if you're tired, I know it's late for you, you can head off live. It's okay. I'll hold it down. In fact, the new crew burner account is also mod. I was just sitting here and you say Ella. I'm like, what the heck? What are you doing right now, Ella? Like, obviously, I know you're watching the stream, but what's your like side quest as of right now? Like, what's your current side quest? No twin, I'm good. Okay, twin. I'm just afraid that this might like snap and like that's what I'm afraid of. I'm just trying to be really demure right now. All right, since it is almost 12, I did promise. Now, let's play a quick emoji game. First person to find this emoji and put it in the chat gets to choose. So I have curtains here, but there's special lights behind those curtains. You get to choose the setting for those curtains, those curtain lights. So let's go to emojis. All right, emoji game, y'all. Emoji game. If y'all want to participate, the winner gets to choose. All right, so I'm gonna find an emoji here. Like, let's show more. Let's go to. So I'm gonna do like emoji roulette. Emoji roulette. The first emoji that I choose out of this one, y'all get to choose the lights. All right, here we go. Y'all get to light paint the room. Here we go. All right, find this emoji. First person to put this in the chat gets to choose the lights in this room. Okay, look at you, Ella. All right, Ella's side questing and she's moderator. She's like the Jack O'Lantern of all trades. You saw what I did there? All right, so you'll see here it says curtain lights. Ella, you get to choose the vibe. So let's actually go there real quick. Curtain lights. Now the curtain lights are currently off. So I'm going to turn it on. Let's turn it on. And so these lights have a different like type of setting. Like you can really, let me show you how cool these lights are. So if I go to audio, like music, and it'll say from mobile phone. So it's going to start to pick up what I'm saying. And you'll see how it's like flashing lights, right? That's how cool these lights are. Look how crazy this is. Hello. Hello. And then even if it's like I'm the Wizard of Oz. I am the light. Wait. Oh, you have that too, Ella? Twins. Let me actually shut this off. The music. So I shut off all of these. I am the light. Luke. I am your father. Oh yeah, this is like what is it called? I'm your sleep paralysis demon. But like I'm your sleep paralysis angel. So it's like, you ever see those memes? It's like it is Halloween. 6'7". 6'7". 6'7". I'm your sleep paralysis demon. I control the light. It's getting late. That's why I'm acting all crazy. Yeah. Let's resume, shall we? That is Diggy's worst nightmare. Me. I'm his sleep paralysis angel. Like he wishes he had a demon, but no. I'm an angel. All right. So you get to choose. Do you want to keep it as this, Ella, or do you want to choose something else? Like we have different sceneries. See, look. So this is like the AMC movie theater. If we ever want to watch like movies together type stuff like on stream, we can do Sunset. Or this is actually one of my favorites. I love the underwater vibe. Since I am rocking the Katara hairstyle, I think this one, Ripple, this one's pretty nice. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna turn off the lights for a bit. Look how cool that is. It's like I'm Katara. Do you want to keep this one? Look how cool this is. It's like, yeah, it's like we're underwater tribe or something. I'm gonna take that off. All right, that's me. But like, if I shut it off, this is vibe. All right, so I'm gonna keep that on. Shouts outs to Ella for winning the emoji game. You'll see that once I turn on the actual light, you don't see as much. So maybe we should. You see it a little bit, but I kind of want to. I will like shut off the lights again once I actually carve this, and I'm gonna put a candle in here, and that way I feel like it'll look good. It'll actually look good. But for now, let me turn on the other lights over there yonder. And what else? Yeah, I think that's good for now. But shouts outs to Ella. You'll see it. It's still there. It's still chilling there. Maybe I'll put a little bit of both, so we can have like a little half and half. You can see a little bit of the waves. I'm a sleep paralysis angel. That's actually kind of funny. Where was I? Okay, this is who I'm carving. That's my dog. He's probably like, I gotta go pee. But don't worry, he has a diaper on. So he should be good. Let's turn the music back on. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Alright, we have 30 minutes left. I wanted to be done by 12. We may go a little overtime, but I really want to finish this and show y'all the end results. And it really shouldn't be that hard, to be honest. I'm just making it harder than it should be. AKA, I'm just talking way too much. So, yo, I'm not going to be as yappy, as much as I usually am on stream. And it's because I really want to, I want to finish this art project. So, we need to finish this before I get off stream. And I don't want to be on here too late because Ella's going to be working overtime. Because once it hits 12-ish, that's when I don't know. People come home, they're drunk, they're weird, they're creeps. But I already feel this come together. I feel like it's almost ready to pop from the inside. Let me see. No, it's not. It's not ready yet. Not even close. If I'm being real. All right, we have to actually let's go in with something a little bit more. And it looks a little weird right now, but I'm gonna change the angle on this pretty soon. Y'all will be able to see it how it looks like when you're looking at it from my angle, because that's kind of the goal that I had. Instead of putting the face center frame, I wanted to put it high because this will be kind of on the ground on the porch. Did I say that, Ella? Different strokes for different folks. First off, that's not a quote by me. If I did say it, it's a quote that I heard from someone else. All right, that's false. I will not confirm nor deny that rumor. All right, we have other options in here. We have These are like Chainsaw Massacre like knives. Let's see how much better. Nah, that's not that much better. If I'm being real with you. Let's try this one. It's just gotta go all the way through. There we go. Oh my gosh. This is so, like, this is so Halloween. I like the vibe. Yes. This is actually so much better. I gotta be careful though. I gotta be careful. Oh my gosh. All right, I have this knife that has grapes on the bottom. We're gonna see how much better it actually is. If it's just easier to work with. Oh, this one's actually pretty. Okay, nice. I like this one. This one was a good find in my house. I just tried to grab everything that I possibly could, just so I can like test which one is the best. There we go. This is actually harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought this part was going to be not so tedious. Turns out it's actually pretty tedious. I thought that X-Acto knife was going to do the job, but it's like bringing a knife to a gunfight, basically. That's what it was. But I still think I'll use it for the other eye. Alice's Emily added to the list. Low key edits. Chicken tickle masala. Okay, I do remember me saying that. I definitely don't remember me saying different strokes for different folks. But I definitely. This is probably something that I echoed. Why do you keep quoting me? Don't keep quoting me. Just kidding. It's actually, you're like my memory in a way. Because I pay more attention to like remembering stuff about you in the replays of the chat that I don't even really kind of remember what I say. Because who cares what I say? I'd rather know everyone else's lore. All right. We gotta be really careful here, because like y'all see, it's actually getting ready to be punctured. But if I puncture too hard, this whole thing is just gonna be a circle, and that's not what we want. This is actually harder than I thought, y'all. Y'all, I feel like this is gonna be so bad. This is gonna be such a bad, like, this is gonna be a fail. Hold on. Ooh, someone got in trouble by the moderator. What happened, Ella? Oh, here we go. All right, I'm gonna try to go in with this. This thing, I'm just like absolutely. Ooh, this one's actually useful. That actually made it easier. Nah, I'm loving this. See, this is why it's better to come over prepared than under prepared. Because I would have had a difficult time. I mean, if y'all see my table, it looks like I'm absolutely botching. It's like I'm up to no good type stuff, but this is for good fun. This is for good fun. It's also kind of like Jenga. You want to poke it out, but you don't want to break the integrity of the design. We're almost there. And then what I'm gonna do Almost there, yo. Sparkleheart says a bunch of Halloween emojis. Shout out to you. Can y'all spam the chat with some Halloween vibes, colors, everything? Shout outs to Ella for curating, for light painting the new section of the room, which is the premiere lights, the movie lights. Honestly, this didn't come out as good as I thought it was gonna be. But I think it'll be better. Chris, you have something under my eye. Oh, thank you, Jenny. You know what? You're the first person to actually point that out, Jenny. Sometimes I'll have like food on my like on my teeth or stuff like that. Nobody in the chat, from what I've noticed, points it out. And I'm like looking at the replay like, oh my gosh, like no one's telling me that I have something stuck. No, you haven't, Elda. Maybe you have, I've just missed it. But for the most part, people just don't say anything. I'm like, no one's telling me that I'm talking to the chat with like stuff on my face. All right, so what I'm gonna do, yo, is so you'll see I have, this is what I used to trace on the design. I'm just gonna erase the tracing. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of give it some like eye bags, just to give it like this Halloween, Tim Burton, Frankenweenie. Has anyone seen Frankenweenie? The Bride. What it's called? What's that one movie called? The Corpse's Bride. I'm gonna give it some emo vibes. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna redo that tracing. And I'm gonna give it a little bit of eye bags. I'm gonna fade it though. Trust the vision, just trust. And then you just gotta give it a little bit of fade. Kind of like mascara when y'all crash out. Now it doesn't look too fadey, but just a little bit. You don't need to go too much. Actually, no, I feel like that needs a little bit more. Not too much. And plus, when it's like nighttime or like when you really want it to glow, you won't really see it as much. I feel like it's better if you see it in person. Anyway, I think I'll fix that up a little bit more at the end after the big reveal. And then all we gotta do is this other side. I will be doing a little bit of like, because what you're supposed to do is just make it a little bit more neat by like carving it out a little bit more. Y'all see that? But for time's sake, we're gonna get to the other side. I feel like next stream, the goal would just to clean it up a little bit. But for now, the goal is to just get it done. So here we go. Can you make pumpkin pie, please? Maybe. That's a good idea. I'll make pumpkin pie and bring it on stream. I don't think I'll cook it though on stream. I'll have it like already ready. And then maybe we can have pie together on November 1st or Thanksgiving. Can anyone confirm the exact day of the week that Thanksgiving falls on, and even Thanksgiving Eve? Because I'm curious if it falls around a Saturday, which is when I go live. All right. I'm gonna finish this second half. This last part, like the mouth shouldn't be too hard and the nose shouldn't be too hard. You know what? Since it won't be too hard, we'll do the nose right now. If y'all see the nose, this is what the nose looks like. It's just basically 2 lines. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sparkleheart. To be honest, yeah, it's not looking too bad right now. Like, at first I was a little nervous. That I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna mess it up. But honestly, it might turn out pretty good. And then I'm gonna put this candle in it. and hopefully, you know, y'all tune in and wait till the end to see it. I have gone live for like more than 3 hours, so like I've made it to a 4 hour stream, so we could stay, who knows, till 12:30, 1 a.m. just to finish this pumpkin. I really want to finish it because what a shame it would be if I didn't finish it for this stream. I just want to make this like big enough, these holes big enough just so y'all can see the glow from the inside of the nose. So I'm just gonna make it a little wider. Give him a little bit of a bigger nostrils. Chris, finish the damn pumpkin. All right. Just to be a little bit more satisfactory and show some progress, I'm gonna punch the mouth open. I feel like it's simple. It's just a circle. That's what I'm gonna do. Also, I think I might. So if y'all notice our baby chameleon's like mouth area, it has a little bit of a red, like rosy red area. And what should I do to like give it that vibe? What should I do to give it that vibe? Should I like? I do have red vegan like lip chapstick, so maybe like this is red, so maybe I can like I'll do it after. Like I'm thinking I can like and then like fade it a little bit just so it has a little bit of the redness around its mouth area, but I don't even think it'll look good because this is green and red are good complementary colors. The red really stands out. I don't think it'll stand out on the pumpkin, so it may be pointless, and I'll just like tarnish my vegan lip butter. Ayan's World says okay. Ella says he's not ignoring you. He's busy. He's busy, bruh. Hey, what? Why are you ignoring me, Ayan's World? Shout out to Ayan's World. Let me know you're watching from Ayan. I definitely see your comments. But as our moderator Ella has stated, thank you, Ella, that we're on a time crunch here, and I really do got to finish this pumpkin. Because y'all have been hearing my dog, who's unattended, and y'all, there's like nobody in this house. Like, I'm like the only one. As you can tell, like, no one's tending to this dog. So but I always make sure before these streams that he has his water bowl filled. He's already fed. He has his diaper on so he doesn't pee anywhere. He's taken out to the outside to do his potty and pooping. That was kind of, I shouldn't have said pooping, but poo-pooing. So he's good. He's just being a little drama queen. Is all it is. And he gets a little lonely. But I told him, like, hey, I'm gonna work. Behave. Most of the time he's pretty good, but if y'all have been on these live streams long enough for the past year, you will hear my dog bark in the background. Rest assured, it's not neglect. He's just already well fed, already well hydrated. He has his diaper on. He's just being a little brat. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this grape knife. Shouts out to the grapes. And honestly, I was gonna say I have food in the back. Y'all see this Christmas tree on the bottom of that Christmas tree. There's like a bowl of fruits and vegetables. But as you can tell, like I've been on this mission, this mini side quest mission. What I usually do is I eat on stream. But unfortunately, we just really want to finish this to get the quest points, you know? To get the quest points. Alright, let's get this. Let's use this now. Let's use this knife. See if it's any better. Here we go. We're getting somewhere. And then, although this is not a perfect circle, I can always finesse it. Like, I can add the detail. I can carve the details in a little bit more. Y'all see that? Ready? Boom. It's the mouth. Oop. There we go. Yeah, Ella, don't worry about it, Ella. Trust. I know you have a bedtime. You maybe go, I don't know, maybe you might be doing some family stuff tomorrow, church and stuff like that. Don't feel like you need to stay just because you're mod. Like I said, you really don't need to. Like I don't want you to feel like if you're mod, you're like, oh, I must stay. It's okay. Lopsided Bear says that's the ticket. Lopsided Bear says my dogs like the pumpkin pieces. Which ones? Like the guts? Is that okay for them to eat? Or like are they allowed to eat the seeds and stuff like that? All right, so we got the gothic baby chameleon. As you can tell, it has a little bit of the mascara. It kind of crashed out earlier. All right, here we go. I'm gonna, based on my new experience gained from this eye, I think we can really speed through this second eye. So I'm gonna change up the angle just a little bit, y'all. Just a little bit. Actually no. I'll do the angle switch up at the end because I want y'all to be able to see the inspiration of what I'm actually carving. So let's actually speed run through this. Here we go. I said, let's speed run through this. Let's go. Literally still at the same speed. Literally still slow-mo. Speaking of slow-mo, does anyone know that nostalgic meme of the snail? The snail. Let me know if y'all know the snail meme. It's a mythical meme that like has survived the test of time. Low-key edits for you says my dad literally keeps saying 6'7" or Riz. How? That's funny. Your dad seems like he's smart, you know? He knows that if he says it, that y'all will stop saying it because he's making it uncool. So I get his vibe. Because he's probably sick of hearing it. Ellis says, I think I know what you're talking about. Wasn't it on Vine or am I losing it? I think it was either on TikTok or Vine. The origins unknown for my brain. You know what? I should have like said no to this box knife. I thought I was doing good work with this box knife, but I realized it was just a waste of time. I can literally just use this knife and speed run through it, and it'll still be pretty damn accurate in terms of like the eye. No. I spoke too soon. I gave it a little bit of a... I overdid my cut, but it's not that noticeable. I can definitely cover it up with like... with that mascara idea I had. Here we go. Loki edits for you says, oh my god, same LS67. Lopsided bear. Wait. My AirPod case battery is at about 6.7. That's crazy. You know what's crazier than 6.7? 6.8. And y'all, like, I was thinking over here like that phrase 6.7 was like a fantastic, funny meme, but it's literally like a rap song that's just not even. It's really. Like, how did that trend start from that song? You know what I mean? Like, something about that 6'7", the way that rapper was saying it. I saw it for the first time today. It somehow popped into my feed, which is surprising because usually when I hear about memes, I see about it and hear about it on my For You page and all that. But only now, like 4 or 5 weeks later, I finally heard that song. And it really was like, I'm like, really? That's what made y'all go crazy? Him saying 6'7"? Like, what was so, I don't know, mesmerizing or catchy about it? Here we go. Now we're talking. All right, y'all. We're just about done with the crescent moon part of the eye. I had to, you'll see there's a little white here, so it's not a full crescent moon. But to be able to keep the orange part of the eye on, I would have to make it slightly like a different design, which is a crescent moon eye style. Alright, I gotta be careful here, because if I do it too hard, it's gonna pop the whole eye out, and we don't want that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and make sure. Wow, I'm really like giving this one a noogie. I'm holding up the eye just so it doesn't ruin it. I don't want no full popped eye. We need the crescent moon popped eye is what we need. Almost there, y'all. Y'all will see the big reveal soon. I'm just going in with this X-Acto knife. All right, I think we're almost there. All right, let's see if we can cut it a little bit better. All right, this is what it's looking like so far, y'all. It looks a little weird, but it's coming together. It's coming together. Oh my gosh, hold on. I gotta make sure this eye doesn't break. It looks like I'm wrestling with this. That could have been bad. Almost. That's the only bad part about trying to put your hand inside of it. That could have been bad, but no blood has been shed. Thank God. Like, the thing I like about this knife that I went with, it's like a butter knife. It's like basically for cheese and wine. It's like sharp enough, but like not sharp enough to like actually be dangerous. So thank God. Because I felt it. That could have been bad. Right at the very end of finishing this. All right, there it is. It came out kind of like a tooth. All right, so this is what it's looking like so far, y'all. I just need to get that center part. And I'm also gonna erase like the actual outline of the part that I'm supposed to not cut. Fire. 6'8" is better than 6'7". Agreed. And then we're just gonna go for this the inner eye. You see we've done it for this one. We just gotta be careful, extra careful with this one. I'm gonna get a little closer, just so y'all can see it. This is what I'm doing. It's just gotta be. Y'all see my fingers through the back over there? I'm just trying to hold the actual. This is hard work. This is hard work, yo. It really is. Like, I'm working up a sweat here. It's making me not look forward to next week where I'm celebrating my sister's birthday and we're gonna carve pumpkins with my cousins. And it kind of feels like a chore, to be honest. I like making videos. I don't like carving pumpkins, but there it is. I think we just gotta finesse it a little bit more. There we go. And then twist just a little bit. There we go. There we go, y'all. All right, this is the big reveal when we're finishing right at 12. Right at 12. So you can see, y'all, like I have quite the mess here. This is what it looks like. This is all the remnants of everything. And then here's the big reveal. So this is what I'm gonna do. Now, next week, I'm gonna finesse it just a little bit better. There's not a lot of time. I did say I was gonna get off at 12. So what I can do, like the shapes aren't perfect, but next week I'll be kind of sculpting it a little bit more accurately. But for now, this is what it looks like. And I'm gonna change up the view just a little bit, just so this is the actual perspective of what you're supposed to be seeing when you look at it, because all of y'all are taller, obviously, than a pumpkin. All right, y'all. So this is a little bit of a different angle from the room, but this is what you kind of should see when you're kind of peeking at it. Let's say you walk up to my house, you are doing some trick-or-treating, and you can tell like quite the mess on this right here. But let's turn off the lights now, and it looks so fire. Thanks so much, Sparkle Heart. Oh my gosh, I just spit on myself. Jency says, yeah, it's so pretty. And then soon, y'all, the little sneak peek. This little sneak peek. Christmas is coming. So November 1st is coming. We have 2 weeks till Christmas, technically, November 1st. And this is a little sneak peek into my Halloween costume. You can see there, it's a little reference, and then there, and then we got the Christmas tree planted over here. And I'm gonna be getting off stream pretty soon, y'all, to actually have my dinner. But I planted a tree. Apparently Ella has the same tree as me. This is a growing Christmas tree that pretty soon this tree is gonna turn into a full-blown evergreen Christmas tree come time November 1st. So, and November 1st is 2 Saturdays from now, which is pretty exciting. You can cue the Mariah Carey music. You can cue, if you're Canadian, or if you like Michael Bublé, you can cue the Michael Bublé music. Or if you like Sabrina Carpenter or Justin Bieber, or who else has really good Christmas albums? Ariana Grande. You could. I don't know where I was going with that, but here we go. I'm gonna take off, and we're gonna do the big reveal. Here we go. And then I'm gonna get off stream, y'all. I will be going live next Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, New York City time, to do my self-care routine, self-care Saturday. But here we go. I'm gonna put this candle on. I'm gonna turn off the lights. Wait, should I turn off the lights after or before? All right, you know what? We're just gonna turn it off now. Turn it off now, and then I'm gonna turn off these lights And here we go, big reveal. I shall crown. I'm getting too excited here. All right, here we go. Anticlimactic AF. Okay, wait, no, that doesn't look that good. I'm gonna be honest. This doesn't look that good. This doesn't look that good. I kind of messed up. I thought this. So I'm gonna have to figure out how. Is it cute, Ella? Is it cute, Jency? To be honest, I thought it was gonna be better. Sparkle Heart says, "Are you going to be Jack?" Yes, I am. I'm gonna pin that just because you guessed it right. Shout out to Sparkle Heart. Thanks very much for staying with me till the end with Ella, with Low Key. It doesn't look too bad. You're right, but like, I don't know, like that. This is my issue, y'all. This is my issue. I was like, how can I? All right, let me bring y'all back to like, y'all see what I was trying to like do, because like if I cut all around, I wouldn't be able to keep the centerpiece. It would cut out the orange. So my hope was that like if I kept this part and made the eyes like a moon, it would look somewhat like our baby chameleon, but also look good. It looks pretty good, but like I thought it was gonna be better, to be honest. But thanks so much for the kind words. Loki edits for you says I said Jack before y'all. Did y'all? I must have missed it. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna be next week. I do have and I want this to be now I don't have like the bottom part, like the full suit, but I do have the bow, I do have the top, and I did buy some face paint. So I'm gonna look a lot a bit different next week. I'm gonna have a full white face with eyes that are extremely black, and then you know the smile, and then this is kind of like the look that I'm going for with Jack Skellington next week. I'm kind of doing a spoiler, but this is my goal with Pumpkin Head is for, okay, that wasn't it, but let's see if I can find this. There was like some image where Jack was like posed up with the pumpkin, and my goal was to like kind of pose with our baby chameleon pumpkin version, but we'll see. Jenny says, Chris, you got something on your face again. Do I? Oh, I do. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. Shout out to you. This is streak number 2 for helping Chris out. Eyes without a face. Chris, can we do a silent listening party? Not tonight, Ella. You know, we can do one song. What song do you have? Well, it depends. We'll see. I was gonna sign off right now because yeah, I'm like, I think I can do one song because I still have all this food that I was gonna get to. Y'all see this? And my hands, I just feel icky right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel like I need a shower because eyes without a face. Okay, you know what? We can do that. I've been waiting all night. That's actually a good song. It's a really Halloween-esque song, so we'll do that. This is going to be a silent listening party, so if y'all want to listen to this song with me and Ella, this is something that we kind of do, that we actually do pretty much every stream where whatever song that y'all are feeling and you want me to react to as well as the chat, we can listen to it together where I put the time stamp on YouTube Music on. So you'll see here, boom. I pull up YouTube Music. I type in, this song was suggested by Ella. So let me know what song's been on repeat. To be honest, y'all, Golden is a song that has been on, that's not the song Golden. That's a song for me that's been on repeat. I listen to a lot of Hispanic music. No! Alright. I did not mean for that to actually play. I hope I don't get hit with a copyright. That was like only 2 seconds of the song. I'm gonna have to mute it. And the reason why we mute it and I put it on my AirPods is because of copyright, but it's also kind of like a silent listening party where, let's say you walk into a building, right? You're walking into a building, and then everyone has like headphones on, and there's a DJ on the front of the stage, but you don't hear music. You just hear people squeaking. Their sneakers squeaking. Kind of like that Allison Stoner meme. That was me and my mom. If anyone saw me, my mom, and my dog. Let's see if I can find it. It's kind of like this. It's like Allison Stoner dancing, but it's just foot squeaks. But the people with headphones on, they're vibing. They're vibing. They know exactly what song that everyone is listening to, and that's exactly what we're gonna do right now. And then I'll be signing out, y'all. I'll be signing out. So if y'all want to listen to it with me, get it up on your projector, your TV, your iPad, your iPhone. And yeah, this was a fun stream, y'all. I just finished carving this pumpkin. It was kind of anticlimactic, but y'all seemed to think it was pretty cute. I thought it was gonna turn out better, but you can't win them all. You can't win them all. What was I gonna do? All right, so let me just connect this real quick to my AirPods. AirPods, boom. Connected, and here we go. This is not the song we're listening to. We're gonna be listening to Golden. Wait, no. What? That's the song that we were just listening to. Eyes Without a Face. Now, do you want to do the Cinderella version? Or do you want to do the actual Billy Joel version? I like this version if I'm being honest. But I do, you know, we love the classics. This one, that other version with the red album cover is something that is more... Okay, we'll do the remastered version. How about that? All right, I'm going to read the chat. I kind of haven't been paying attention. Billy Idol, 100% of Billy Idol. All right, y'all. And I have my AirPods on, too. All right, so this is the timestamp, y'all. All right? This is the timestamp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off these lights. It's going to be a little bit more moody. And I'm going to count down from 10. So if y'all want to listen to this song with me and Ella and Low Key, Sparkle, if you want to listen to it with me to kind of get into the Halloween mood and send everyone back into the universe with good vibes before I sign out of this live stream, I'm going to be counting down in 10. So just get it up in 10 seconds. I'm going to press play in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, our times might be off, but what matters is the timestamp is there for you to check out, y'all. Thanks so much for tuning into this Self-Care Saturday live stream. It's been super fun. This is the pumpkin that was supposed to be our baby chameleon. And I think I'll make it a little better. I'll finesse it a little better next stream. There's always next stream. Now, this is the first time I'm ever standing for these silent listening parties. I'm actually most of the time sitting, but since we have more space in the screening room to mess around, and high key, I'm like sweating, y'all. What a vibe. What a vibe. The song is giving Halloween. It's so giving Halloween. What a fun stream. What a fun stream. Welcome, BK, to the live. Just finishing up here. So the person who I have pinned, her name's Ella.
and she suggested the song "Eyes Without a Face" by Billy Idol, the remastered version. If you want to listen to it with us, we're right around almost to the middle area, and we're listening to it silently because of YouTube copyright. The super circuit that, but it's also kind of like an inside secretive party, virtual party. If you've ever been to a silent listening party IRL, it's actually quite quite the quite the phenomenon, which I have yet to experience, and hopefully one day I get to host IRL for these streams. That would be fun. Give everyone some headphones on, the over ear cons. What a stream! What a stream! All right, you're gonna hear some crunching because I am starving, y'all. Starving. I usually eat in the beginning slash middle of these streams, but it's now the end. We're like almost 4 hours in. Thanks for helping the chat out, Loki. Appreciate you. And I also appreciate you for tuning in from beginning to end of the stream. That's a huge accomplishment. We gotta give some emojis in the chat for Loki. Appreciate you. The lyrics suit this visual so much right now. Sparkle Heart. It's pinned. The comment is pinned. I mean, the song title is pinned, and it's right there. This is the song we're listening to. Eyes Without a Face, Billy Joel. What a stream. All right, y'all. I'll be signing out. My name's Chris, for those who are just popping in. We just had a 3-hour plus stream. I do go live every Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I live near the New York City area. And on the stream, I do some self-care. Y'all see me do some festive stuff, but for the most part, I do my skincare routine. I'm gonna be getting into like showing how I do my buns and stuff like that, and new hairstyles. As the holiday season progresses, we got some cool stuff planned. Check out our recent show that we just posted. It has actually a little bit to do with this live stream and our baby chameleon, which is somewhat carved onto this pumpkin. And next week, y'all will see me in a completely new look, aka my official Halloween costume. That being said, thanks so much for tuning in. Sparkle Heart, I hope to see you next week. If you make it next Saturday, you'll be added to our Stream Streak leaderboard, which I showcase every Saturday and update live with you. Same thing to you, low-key. Jenny, if you're still in here, or Gen C, thanks so much for assisting me and letting me know if I have stuff like food on my face. Other than that, thanks so much, Ella, for being a great moderator and actually staying OT. In case no one claimed the gift card that J. Anna Rodriguez unlocked for showing up every Saturday for 16 weeks in a row, we have an Amazon gift card for her that she unlocked not for herself, but selflessly for the chat. And here is that gift card. For if anyone wants to take a screenshot and they haven't already, that's the claim code. Take a screenshot, claim it. For those who tune in, we do have a leaderboard. There will be more gift cards. I believe another gift card is getting unlocked for the chat next stream because someone achieved a 15 stream streak. So LZ Wasteland. So if she shows up next week, the chat unlocks another gift card. That being said, thanks so much. I'm signing out. Y'all hear my dog. It's been too long for him. I've kind of been neglecting him, so I'm going to go tend to him now. All right, y'all. Bye. Love.